Hello, friends. Welcome back to this week's episode of Sunday Night Mayhem. Uh, if you missed it earlier today, the celebration of life for Adam the Woo occurred in Southern California and was broadcast on Adam's dad's channel. I saw bits and pieces of it. I have yet to watch the entire thing as I was busy, but it looked very cool. And JWW on the Move, right, is Adam's dad's channel. But if you search Adam the Woo Celebration of Life, you will find it. So I thought I would mention that right off the bat. Uh, we all miss Adam, his videos, and the folks that put on the Celebration of Life did a pretty darn good job, it looks like. So I thought that we should definitely mention that. So rest in peace, Adam the Woo. And thank you to those folks who put that event on today. I, on a personal level, may not have the same goofy craziness that I normally do today as yesterday. My grandmother passed away, and she was 90 years old, and we knew she wasn't going to live forever, but it's still heartbreaking. And I spent the day with family, partially at her house, and that was very nice. And then I went down to San Diego to be with my daughter, who is in the Navy and was alone. Navy people and stuff, but she wasn't with family at all. So I wanted to be with her, spend some time with her. And we wound up doing something very cool that my dad would have loved. And being that my dad's mom passed away yesterday, I think it was a perfect way for us to spend some good time together. And I think it was meant to be because of some signs. So I met my daughter at L&L Hawaiian Barbecue down in the Midway Rosecrans district in San Diego. And we had some Hawaiian food for dinner, and it was delicious. We've been there before. We love it. And then after that, we went across the street to the sports arena, and we took in a San Diego Gulls minor league hockey game. I went with my daughter, and it's something that we've done many times before. I went to San Diego Gulls hockey games with my dad as a child. And so it's kind of like a family thing. My daughter enjoys it. I enjoy being with my daughter and seeing her happy. And this was able to bring us a little bit of joy out of the sadness that was, mourning the loss of my grandmother. So it was nice. After having the L&L Hawaiian barbecue for dinner, we go into the Gulls game and find out it is the Aloha theme night. And we got these Hawaiian shirts. And so I thought I would wear it tonight. So I've got my San Diego Gulls hockey shirt, Hawaiian theme shirt here. And it just seemed like it was meant to be. We had no idea when we had dinner that it was going to be the Aloha theme game. And the Gulls won. We had a good time. And it was very special to me to be able to spend yesterday evening with my daughter. So I have not yet seen, and forgive me, we'll say hello to John in just a moment, but I have not yet seen The Bride, which came out this week, which we'll talk about in a moment. But it's threw a wrench into plans as far as things and stuff. The good news is Mr. Jose is still going to join us. Mr. Master Chaos is still going to join us here momentarily to discuss Scream 7. We're going to break down the story. Last week, we didn't go into spoilers. A little while later, we're going to talk about some of the things, the reasons people are criticizing this film, aspects of the story we liked, aspects maybe we had issues with. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. So stay tuned for Mr. Master Chaos to join us. But for now, hello, Mr. John. How are you this Sunday evening?
I'm good. Sorry to hear about your grandmother. So that really stinks. So my condolences to you and her family.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Might I say your beard seems from a week ago to now seems quite full. It's done quite a bit of growing in a week.
Hair grows fast. If you think this grows fast, you should see that down there.
And we're off, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Our sentimental moment there, out the window, back to our normal Sunday night mayhem, talking about pubes. And I'm sure that's the way most everybody wanted to start the evening, thinking about how quickly your pubes grow, John.
Well, and this is mostly gray. So can you imagine?
Oh, come on now.
Would you expect anything less?
No, actually, I wouldn't.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
This guy right here may have an issue as I'm having a somber moment, and you're like,
well,
oh, by the way, I have pubes.
It's his dad that did this to me. So
here's a question for you. Do you think Jesus Christ shaved his balls, or was he au naturel?
I think that he was all natural, but there was probably some trimming, like miracle trimming going on.
His beard, for the most part, always seems like it's fairly well trimmed and maintained. So I'm sure he probably did a little manscaping as well.
I would think so. Like early days manscaping. Maybe with like with
was manscaping, or is it Jesus scaping? Is it God scaping?
God scaping? Yeah.
Or just pure blasphemy.
So he's got a sense of humor. He wouldn't be on the show if he didn't.
So I think before we get Jose here to dive into Scream, we will say quickly hello to everybody, and then we'll dive into a couple news story worthy things. And then if we have time after that, we'll get into pickups. Maybe we do have pickups to discuss. So let's see here. Gail says, hello, my brothers. How you doing, Gail?
Hey.
Gail just got his Vinegar Cinder movies from last month. Oh, no. Mr. Master Chaos will be interested to hear that, I'm sure. I wonder if he got his. He probably got his already. He was waiting on him, though. Jonathan, how you doing? Hey. Dollar Tree, what's up? Antonis, hey. What's up? Hey. Metal Greg was cracking.
Hey.
House of G fam. I pity the fool. That's, you know what? As you should. You should pity the fool that don't watch S&M. Sean 420, what up? Hey. Here, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Thank you, Gail, for reminding us all to do that. If you would, please click that thumb. Click it, please. Hello, all you beautiful people. Hopefully life is treating you well. Greg, all things considered, I'm alive and breathing, and that is about the most I can hope for right now. But you know what? The beautiful thing is, through my time of sadness here and in losing my grandmother, hanging out with you all definitely eases the pain. And I love having you all here with us for this. So thank you for joining us this evening. Fluffy Gamer says, it was an awesome celebration. I heard people were saying it was very nice. Very cool. Good to know, Fluff. Sean 420, are those petunias? John Ward, do you know the reference?
Your shirt?
Adam the Woo. Predator,
I did not know Adam LeWoo.
I know. That's why I kid. And I think they all know that by now.
I kid.
Preminator says, hey, OGP and John, saw Scream 7 and I enjoyed it. Very nice. Very nice. I'm glad to hear that.
We will be destructing it later.
Adam's dad is a good storyteller, Bremania. You are correct. And thank you for that, Gail. Daniel, what's going on, Daniel? Jeff, how you doing, Jeff? And Jeff, thank you. Jeff threw another $10 channel support donation through the PayPal earlier today. You rock, Jeff. Thank you so very much for your support, continued support all the time. Thank you, Preminator. Sorry to hear about Grandma. Praying for you and your family during this difficult time. Thank you, Brandmania. And thank you. Yes, rest in peace to my grandma. Yep, she was an amazing person. I will miss her dearly. We unfortunately don't live forever, so enjoy life and don't stay mad at people and be kind to one another. Good words to live by, Brent. Very good. Buckaroo Bros, what's up? How you doing?
Hey.
And sorry, OGP, losing family is truly the worst. It is, Jeff. Thank you. Sorry for your grandmother, buddy. Appreciate it. Mr. Jami, what's up?
Hey.
Did you see Scream 7? We did. John and I have. I've seen it twice. John, have you seen it a third time yet? Or are you still sitting on 2?
2.
Okay. Mr. Master Chaos may have moved the needle on the amount of times he's seen it, but we'll let him divulge that information. Preminator, I saw a theater screening of Aliens, a special edition on March 6th. It was awesome. Nice. Yeah, I saw, and I got to check it out, but I've seen ads for a lot of different films that are going to be, like a one-night screening and stuff, like Silence of the Lambs, for its 35th anniversary, I think. So I would love to see that, but we shall see. Metal Greg, condolences, passing your grandmother. Like you have gotten to experience all 4 of my grandparents, and seeing my grandmother pass away in front of me in 2005. Oh man, that sucks. It is tough. And, you kind of think, and I don't want to be Debbie Downer all night. I want us to have a little bit of fun, but, being close to family and being able to spend time with them and say goodbye as they're leaving is nice. But at the same time, sometimes it is very tough to watch them transition out of this world. Aloha means hello and goodbye. Very fitting for yesterday. Rest in peace, Grandma. Yes, thank you, Fluff. And it definitely is a very aloha day. Yep. Is John going to go full Grizzly Adams? John?
Where?
How dare you?
You're just gonna sit there and go where until somebody answers?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'll put a pin in it.
Jesus Christ pioneered manscaping. There you go.
Christscaping. I'm gonna get rid of all of it. Actually, I'm gonna just shave and just get rid of everything. At times it's easier to just take it all off and just let it regrow instead of trying to trim it and everything.
Okay. I like to just kind of let it go. Mine, it just starts bugging me when it gets too long and I start trimming it and then I don't like it and I trim it more. And yeah. Mario has seen Scream 7 3 times. Very nice. Sinistalker, what's cracking, Sinistalker? How you doing? Who is the new Twisted Sister singer? I heard the news. It's I think the guy from,
I forget who it is.
Skid Row. Sebastian, is it Sebastian Bach? That
somebody
is
in the chat,
touring with him, something like that.
Yeah. Which I think is an awful idea, but okay.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Twisted Sister at all, anyways.
Oh no, I love Twisted Sister. I've met Dee Schneider and have a picture with him, and then I saw right after the drummer died, when he said no more Twisted Sister, it's gone. I feel that's the way it should be, that you don't need nobody can beat Dee Schneider. So
yeah. Jen says, hola, ¿cómo estás? I'm doing well. We are doing well. And how are you, Jen? Hopefully you're having a wonderful evening. Sorry about your grandma passing away. Thank you, Mario. Oh yeah, did you guys enjoy Scream 7? Yes, very much. And we're going to dive into it. You liked it. Suck it and shut up, John. You liked it. There you go. Snap into that, Slim Jim. Oh yeah, brother. Oh yeah, brother. That's it. That's definitely a shout out to the Sinistalker. My condolences. Thank you very much, Jen. Appreciate that. So it is Sebastian Bach. That is right. Bullet Blake. What up, Bullet Blake? How you doing? What's up? MC gonna be here in a few. He said he had some like dinner plans and stuff that he was taking care of before jumping in. So we'll be talking with him about Scream momentarily. This is Jennifer. I changed my username. Okay, so what's up, Jennifer? How you doing?
Hey.
I was wondering with the Jen. I was like, oh, that's Jen as in Jennifer. Very cool. Good to know. Thank you for that. So we know who you are. But good to see you, Jennifer. You are a legend. Glad to have you hanging with us tonight. Gail gives a Scream 7 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 thumbs up right there. Bullet Blake says, and that Scream 7 was ass, trash, garbage, and y'all are crazy. Bullet, man, I don't know. Bullet, if you have time to hang out with us and debate this evening at all, when MC gets here in a little bit, let me know. I will shoot you a link, and you could tell us why.
Oh, and there's gonna be debating. I did my research today for tonight.
So, and here's the thing. Sometimes I know, John, you like listening to other people's reviews and things and what other people got to say. I tried listening to some other movie reviewers. I hate movie reviewers, which is very funny because we sit here and talk about movies. I cannot stand listening to other people talk about movies. And maybe that's part of the reason why I don't watch so much YouTube. But anyways, I don't know. We'll see what they say, but I'm more curious about your opinions, John, more than like what somebody else has said and if you agree, but we'll talk about it.
But some of my opinions come from those other people because it's like, oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. Or, oh yeah, I might've missed that. That makes sense. Or does it make sense? So yeah, we'll definitely discuss it.
Okay. MC and I had a live debate on my channel last night, and neither of us budged. Okay, nice. I'll have to go check that out. Last night, obviously, I was busy with passing my grandma and spending time with my daughter, but I will definitely go back and check that out. Bullet. Dominic, what's up, Dominic? How you doing? My condolences, bro. Lost my grandma 8 years ago. I know how it feels. Yes. So this, I mean, it's man, I've lost. In the last 8 years, my grandfather, my mom, my older brother, my dad, my father-in-law, like so many other family members, that it's crazy. It is crazy over the last few years how many funerals I've been to. It does not get any easier. OGP does not want to be stuckmanized.
Oh,
John wants to be
guy.
stuckmanized.
Fuck that guy.
He's your favorite. Guy. He is your favorite. I know he is.
And I know who your favorite reviewer is.
My favorite reviewer has a lot to say and spends a lot of time editing his videos because he does too much cocaine before he starts talking about movies. Oh my God. Oh my God. Brent Mania coming through with a $5 PayPal donation. Brent, thank you so much. I saw your message right there. Just went and looked at the PayPal. You rock. Thank you so much for the channel support and the love there, Brent. I really appreciate you. I know that's not the first time you've ever supported the channel. You rock. Thank you so much. John Ward. I have not seen The Bride yet. Did you get out and see The Bride?
No, I've heard it's awful. It's getting destroyed.
So I
won't.
Okay, maybe before Jose gets here, we will take a look at something in a new segment that I have here for us to talk about on Sundays when we're referring to the folks over at the tomato place. And it is called Let's Talk Hard Tomatoes, because the folks over at Rotten Tomatoes are a bunch of tards. And if that offends you, I don't apologize. I would never refer to a person with a true physical disability or something as a retard. That is degrading and not cool at all. But the folks over at Rotten Tomatoes are buffoons. And so let's watch that one more time just so we can all embrace the glory of retard tomato. And as I look at that face now, it kind of looks a little bit like our president. But that is actually my face on the tomato there. I didn't want to insult anybody. Man, I just don't know what to think when it comes to these people over here at Tomatoes. So The Bride, which I have not yet seen, is sitting at a 59 from the experts. And I use that term loosely. I know it's the whatever score they have different names for them, but it's the experts and the fan, the popcorn score and the tomato score, or whatever, right? So they have it at a 59 and the fans have it at 74. So that's not a terrible score. It's not great, but it's not terrible. It's a decent enough score that I will still go see it when it comes. Well, not when it comes out, but when I have time to get to the theater, being that I have my pass. So, were you aware of those scores, 59 and 74, John? And maybe we should pull it up here. And does that impact your thoughts on seeing the film?
No, because I know most of those are fake. They're bots. They admitted to it. Rotten Tomatoes admitted to it, that during the pandemic, they faked their reviews.
Yeah.
So
well,
no, I don't trust this at all.
Yeah, no, and that's why they're retard tomatoes. And I like seeing the popcorn meter. So it's tomato meter, popcorn meter, because the popcorn meter is anybody. I rate movies on the popcorn meter, like I rated Scream in there recently. But their reviewers are all their agenda or propaganda driven or bots or whatever. So yeah, I don't really buy it. But The Bride, I believe Mel, my killer podcast, Mel, I think she saw it and I think she enjoyed it. But here we go. This is the one that finally put me over the edge to make me say, no, we have to talk about these tards. And as much as I don't want to promote them because I don't want them making money off of us. 31. How do you score at a 31, but the fans, over 5,000 fans, score it at a 76? How are you that different? It cannot be a 31 if the fans are saying it's a 76. So
because
where
the tomato meter is woke. It's if a movie is really woke, that's going to be at like an 80%.
Yeah.
That's that simple. The critics will give anything woke a massively huge, and Scream 7 was not. So they're going to give it a lower one.
Yeah. Well, and I think the biggest reason for their score, and a lot of reviewers said it. Some of the reviewers that I watched over the week lead off their videos by saying, I saw Scream 7, the missing Jenna Ortega and Melissa Barrera Scream 7. And it's like, you clown. So I know you're biased already. I know your score is bullshit because you lead by talking about people that aren't in the movie. You can't judge something by who's not in it. That's like me saying, I don't like Saturday Night Fever because LL Cool J's not in it. Well, of course he's not in it. John Travolta's in it. I mean, like, pick a movie, any movie that somebody's not in. You know what? I hate the Brendan Fraser mummies because Tom Cruise is not in it. Well, Tom Cruise was in his mummy. Brendan Fraser was in his. You can't like one or hate one. I mean, you can both go like, you know what? I'm a fan of Jenna Ortega. I'm a fan of Melissa Barrera. And you can watch the movie because they're in it, because you're fans. And you can go, you know what? I like anything that doesn't have them less. But you can't tell me this is a shitty movie because they're not in it. And that's what they're all leading with. And that pisses me off.
But they said the same thing about Part 6. I'm not going to go see this movie because Neve Campbell's not in it. They should have just paid her what she wanted. This is the studio's fault. This isn't the fans' fault. So if you're not going to pay Nev what she wants, and then you fire your lead actress from part 6, you're going to pay Nev Campbell a shitload of money to get her to come back for Scream 7 because you guys find yourself in a bind. And also shut the fuck up about Palestine. Shut up.
Oh yeah, she should have never opened her mouth. Yeah.
You don't need that. Okay. I don't give a crap what your friggin' views are. You're an idiot. You're in a hit series. Shut up. So I get tired of this. She's a shitty actress to begin with.
That's true.
Eyes, but it's just she's not a good actress.
No, she's not.
Ended with the mask dropping. She dropped the mask. So who knows what what their part 3 would have been? Well, wasn't this?
Did Jose tell us last week what part? I think he did, right? He told us what part 7 was supposed to be with them.
Well, I believe that she was supposed to be the killer.
But I'll let Jose, when he gets here, remind everybody what part 7, because Jose knows. And usually if Jose is saying something, he has on a pretty good authority what was supposed to happen, and people would have been pissed. But John, Scream 6, do you care to guess what the experts gave Scream 6 before I open this up? I don't know. I just typed it in. I've not seen it since.
I'm going to say 80.
Okay. And I think you're probably pretty darn close. I bet they did give it something like an 80. Let's see what Scream 6 looks like. A 77 and a 90. So here's the thing. Even though we were mad that we didn't give Nev, didn't bring Nev back, we still didn't go out and bash the movie because it was missing Nev. It was still, Scream 6 was way better than 5. Now, I know some people like Jose didn't care for it because it was missing, Nev, but it was still a decent movie. It was still not bad. And that's the one thing that I will stand by in my argument with this franchise, is that there's not been one terrible movie. 5 was pretty damn bad, but in this franchise, I don't think there's one movie that's been a 31.
I think this got a 70. Go back. What did 5 get?
Let's take a look.
And then I'll say what I was going to say.
I personally believe Scream 5. Well, why am I getting wonderful ice cream suit result?
Oh, because you're probably putting 5. It just needs to be.
Scream. It's just Scream. You're right. Not 7. Scream 2022. There we go. It got 76 and an 82.
Okay, so what did the other Scream movies not have that these two movies, that 5 and 6, have? Oh, they have a diverse cast. Oh, they have gay characters. Oh, it is DEI. Oh, it's sending a message. So that is why it's fresh for both of those, and it's lower for 7 because even though it's a gay director, and I don't know if the actress herself is gay, but the character is gay, it's never brought up in part 7. Never. It's not once. They could have had her go, oh, I'm here helping Gail while my new girlfriend is back living in, San Francisco waiting for me. And they did it.
Yeah. Well, no, and that's the idea is be who you are. We don't care. And live your life. Enjoy your life. Don't throw it in our face. Yes. I agree with you. I want to move on from that because while you were talking about that, we lost about 10 viewers. So I understand your point, John. We've made the point. Let's move on from it. We're offending people. So I get it. I get it. I get it.
If you guys get offended over stuff that I say, then be prepared to be offended by stuff I say because I censor myself all the time on here. Yeah. So it's like, so every once in a while I can, be me.
Yes, no, agreed. And I don't want you to filter or censor yourself, but we got the point across. I think we can move on. So with those scores, we'll wait and dive into the film itself when Jose gets here. He should be here hopefully in a few moments. Just Jose message right now says give me 5. So let's see. Let's get to some more of the comments here real quick. I have revisited the first 4 Scream films. I have to watch 5 and 6. Nice. The first 1 through 4, great films. 5 and 6, they're different. I'll be curious to hear your thoughts next week. I don't agree with Rotten Tomatoes. Some movies they say are actually ass, or they say are ass I actually like, and that's what I agree. And that's why and that's why they are the retard tomatoes. And yeah, no, and I didn't mean to. I'm not trying to cut you off or upset you, John, by stopping your thought, but I think we got it. I think we got it. Hard pass on The Bride. Might stream it. Yeah, at this point, I think with those score, I mean, the fans. Well, here's the other thing, which we did not talk about this because I went into tomatoes. The Bride had a $90 million budget, and it made $13 million in its opening weekend. It is a colossal bomb, which is terrible news for Christian Bale. Because that doesn't Christian, you're talking Batman, all the different great movies Christian Bale's ever been a part of. And now to be a part of this, terrible. It probably won't even break even.
I think it looks very interesting. I've just heard stuff about it that it's just like, I don't know. So I'll wait. I'll watch it on streaming. I like Maggie Gyllenhaal. It's her, she directed it. Also, Jake is in it. I like Christian Bale. Him as the Frankenstein monster looks pretty cool. So we'll see, but it's not for a general audience. I mean, it's not like a regular Frankenstein or Bride of Frankenstein movie. It's different, and a lot of people don't like different.
See, and that's what kind of caught my eye. I liked what it looked like because I don't need another just flat out remake of Frankenstein. Like Del Toro's was kind of cool. It was a different take a little bit, but yeah, very long. But we've seen it. And so, for example, the Nosferatu movie that came out last year was a great movie, but I've seen that story how many different times. So I like, if we're going to take these characters, give us a new story, give us a different part of their lives, or unlive lives if they're dead, right?
Yeah.
Balzer says people, and what's up, Balzer? Mr. Lurker, how you doing? People put way too much into scores and reviews. LOL, your own opinion is the only thing that matters. 100% agreed. But that's what, to me, we have so much fun talking about scores and going back and forth with it and stuff. To me, it's worth the laugh to see what the tomato meter has. Preminator says Scream 7 was better than 5 and 6 combined. I would agree with that. Wicked Network, what's cracking? What's up, OGP and John?
Hey.
And here we go. Michael, what up, Michael? How you doing? The worst Scream movie is still 1,000% better than the worst Halloween movie. Sorry for your loss. Well, thank you very much, Michael. I appreciate that. And that is an interesting take. So, are we in agreement, John, that Scream 5 is still the worst?
Yeah. Okay. I liked. I mean, 3 used to be considered to be the worst, and now I think people are in hindsight thinking it's not bad in comparison to. So at least it felt like a Scream movie. But yeah, I would say 6 is better. I don't mind Nev not being in it, even though I love Nev. But it was kind of nice to focus on Gale. So, but with what that is saying, so that would mean, so the worst Scream movie would be better than Halloween 5. I think we could agree on that.
Agreed, definitely.
Yeah. And
Resurrection's definitely better than Resurrection.
So Resurrection. Now this is where we're.
Or no, I was thinking Jason Goes to Hell. Wrong fucking franchise. OGP.
Halloween. Rob Zombie's Halloween or Halloween 2.
Ooh, I'm gonna watch either one of the Rob Zombie Halloween movies before I watch Part 5 of Scream again.
I really like Rob Zombie's Part 2. And now this is where we're going to differ. Is Halloween Ends?
I know, and it's funny because Jose on his live stream on Tuesday was talking about Halloween Ends being one of the worst movies ever, and I was like,
disagree.
Jose, Jose, John likes Halloween Ends, and Jose said, well, that tracks. So no, he's on to something because your different taste in movies and stuff. So it is true. We have different opinions. But anyways, we were going to dive into something else, but that's going to have to wait because
surprise. Oh, hey.
Surprise.
Hey, everybody. Sorry I'm a little late. We were just finishing dinner, but I'm here, and I'm excited to chat with you guys again.
Nice. So we were talking about how many times we have seen Scream 5 or Scream 7. I'm spilling your beans right there. But I've seen it twice still only. John has only seen it twice. What is your Scream view count right now for 7?
As of today, this past afternoon, I've seen it 5 times.
Will you go 7 because it's the 7th Scream?
I think at this point I've pretty much decided to. Yes, I'm gonna watch it 2 more times in theaters.
Nice. So when Scream 8 comes out, will you be seeing it 8 times?
I'm gonna have to. Yeah.
All right. Fair enough.
But that is part of the beauty of having the AMC pass where you can continuously go see movies and not break your bank.
Yeah.
So
basically.
We were just looking at the I don't know if this is going to embarrass you to be on my channel because of this. But I have my new segment where we talk Rotten Tomatoes. My intro. The retard tomato scores. And I tried to watch a few different reviews of Scream 7, and almost all of them start off by saying, well, we don't have Jenna Ortega and we don't have Melissa Barrera. You're telling me your score is skewed before you even start your argument. Because you're biased because they're not there, but they're not the franchise. Ghostface is the franchise. Roger Jackson is the franchise. Nev Campbell is the franchise. Jenna and Melissa are a part of the franchise. They're not the franchise.
Yeah.
So
you see that a lot. As a lot of the critics. I mean, there's a lot of YouTube guys here who come on. I don't know if you guys know John Campia, but this guy.
Oh yeah.
What an insane review! He was like mad at the movie, like it fucked his mom or something. He's like,
damn that guy.
God, it was so bad. He was like, I hate this movie. It's so stupid. I would rather watch Madam Web 10 times than watch this movie. Like he was like vigorously mad at it. Like, dude, it's a horror movie. Relax. You don't have to love it. Calm down, dude.
Such a shill. He is a total shill for Marvel, especially Star Wars. He gets paid for all of that. I can't stand that guy. I would never trust anything he says. Never. He is so paid. This is a guy who says that Mandalorian and Guru are going to make huge money. No, they're not. No, it's not. No, it's not, dude. You only say that to get access to Disney. That's all.
Basically.
Well, so if I'm missing comments, we are going to dive into Scream. So everybody in the comments, please hang out, join us, and enjoy our discussion on Scream. So if we miss some of your comments, we'll try and get back to them a little bit later. But Nightwalker, hello. Gee Whiz, what do you guys think of the new Dracula? Yeah.
Was not a fan. I love the director, but the movie, like, wrong choice for Dracula. Weird movie.
Yes. And hello, Ghostface. How are you?
Hey, Ghostface.
I should have a quiz. How many Ghostface are in my background right now? I'll give it away. I have 1, 2,
I count
3, 4.
Oh, 4. Oh, 5 in the back.
5. And that might actually be it. I should have stacked up some of the movies around too, but we're celebrating Scream because you know what? You can argue, and it's a very valid argument that it's the greatest horror franchise ever.
It's. I mean, if you look at it from the perspective of the big horror franchises, it is the most profitable of the I mean, it hands down, it's the most. It's a $1 billion franchise.
Yeah,
more than Friday, Freddy, Halloween. It beat all those guys. It's a $1 billion franchise, so it is the biggest, at least slasher franchise of all time, hands down, just monetarily.
And somebody a few minutes ago commented saying the worst Scream movie is still 1,000 times better than the worst Halloween movie. And that is the truth, 100% the truth. So, and I think that even goes for The Omen, The Exorcist, and Friday the 13th. Mm-hmm. And I can't speak on Chucky or Nightmare on Elm Street because I'm not a fan of those franchises. But I mean, but anyways,
there is no bad Chucky.
That's another conversation we could have, John.
Every Chucky is good.
So Bullet popped in just to affirm his argument that apparently you and he had last night about Scream 7. So he was not a fan, huh?
No, he was not a fan, but he's in that camp who's well, actually, he's seen it twice. But I think once I, sort of brought my explanation side to it, I think he's more open to revisiting it down the line a third time with more open eyes. But he felt really, really disappointed in it. Yeah, to say the least.
Wow. Okay. Michael, thank you so much for another super chat tonight. John Campus is a Marvel's fanboy. He's an idiot. I don't even know who this guy is, but I will avoid him.
Oh man. Yeah, watch his review. It'll make you laugh. It's so stupid.
There's a bunch of these people that are obviously paid shills by Disney, and as long as they say the worst thing from Disney is great, that gives them access to premieres, screeners. You get to meet with producers and directors, but so even with something like, I don't know if that just meant to say Marvel or Marvels, because Marvels was awful. Yeah, that's what he does. So he obviously wasn't paid by Paramount to say that Scream 7 was good, because he didn't like it.
There's even another famous critic. She used to be in, I think she was on G4 back in the day, but she's big into movies. She's a big movie reviewer. Her name is Perry Nemiroff, and she was a big Scream fan. And she even did interviews at conventions. She moderated the panels and things like that. She's a big Scream fan. She was reviewed the movie. She was sort of part of the community, and she's come out and said that she refuses to see 7 because of what they did, of what happened to Melissa. Ugh. Now, here's what I think about that. If you're a Scream fan, there's no way you can say, "Oh man, I'm pissed off that they did that," to somebody who's, I mean, essentially 5 and 6. Talking to Blake yesterday, he was like, 5 and 6 feel like Halloween 4 and 5. The only thing is, Halloween 4 and 5 feel part of the series to me, so I can't really count it like that. But what it does feel like, it's kind of like Friday the 13th Part 5. It doesn't have Jason. It's an offshoot, but the kills are really cool. So that's kind of what those movies feel like to me. But I wouldn't be upset, if back in the day, Friday the 13th, 6 comes out, and they didn't bring back the guys from Part 5. Like, I'm not watching Jason anymore because they didn't have this guy. It's like, no, man, I love the franchise. So for people that are standing up for an actress who was let's be honest, a spin-off character It doesn't make any sense to me. To me, that shows that you're really not a fan, and that's just kind of how I feel about it.
I agree. John, where are you with that?
For the most part, I agree with that. I said it earlier and I said it last week. It was a 2-part story. It's done. It's she drops the mask. If they never dropped the mask and she walked away with the mask, you could maybe say, okay, she was supposed to be the killer in the third one. But she dropped the mask. The story's done. It's finished. So I feel that there was no reason to bring her back. I also don't feel that people should be fired for their beliefs. You may disagree with their beliefs, so her making a political comment, I don't think should get her fired, because it's very hypocritical of studios to do that. But if that was it, then that's it. It's done.
Yeah.
So,
but I mean, but really, her comments potentially cost the studio half of the viewers. You potentially cut your audience in half, by people possibly being offended by that. So I mean, I understand
which is
both
why they
sides
should
of the
be
coin.
quiet. Yeah.
She, and that's just where so many actors are just like, I am not gonna say anything, my opinion, whatever. I'll keep it to myself because I just, I'm entitled to my beliefs, but I don't need to offend people as I'm trying to make money and I get it. It's a double-edged sword.
But they are in the greatest position that somebody could have. And we don't need to hear their opinions. I mean, I work at a storage facility. If I started making YouTube videos like that by being, anti-religion or pro this or pro that, or I would get fired. They'd be like, we don't want you representing our company. And this is just a storage facility. So when you're in a position of that, where you have 2 hit movies, and then you're going to be going, yay, pro this, you're probably going to get canned. So it's like, just zip it and enjoy your money. So,
what's interesting is that like pro athletes, when they get into the NFL or Major League Baseball or hockey or whatever, the leagues put them through a training of, how to, protect your image, how to protect the image of the league, how to save your money, how to invest your money, all that type of thing. Hollywood doesn't really have that. I mean, there's the SAG and, some of the other unions stuff there. They're, I can't really speak on them. I'm not a part, but, and I'm sure Jose would know more, but I feel like they don't, maybe those unions and stuff are better for the very successful. But I guess if you had that in mind, somebody should have went to Melissa and said, you might want to watch what you say. But at the same time, then somebody should have went to Roseanne Barr and said, zip it.
But it's Rachel Zegler. I mean, it's just back in the day, Hollywood did do that. That's when you had this group of actors worked for this film studio. This group of actors worked for this studio. And they would and in that group, there might be a couple gay actors. And they would say, you know what? You're never going to mention it. We're going to set you up with this woman. You're going to go to all the red carpets. And that's the way it is. You're not going to talk politics. You're not going to talk about religion. You're not going to do this. You're going to go talk about the movie. And that is it. They had everybody under their thumb. And now they don't do that anymore. And that hurts everything. So it's like, and I think just one comment, like, the Palestine comment that she made, I don't think is the worst thing in the world. I just knew it when she said it. I went, oh, okay, now she's done. So
that's a good point about the old world way the studios were in charge. It's all about the PR departments. The guilds don't do anything when it comes to images or career wise or what you tweet, but you usually hire a PR firm to control your social media presence. And I'm sure her PR team had a heart attack when she posted that. They're like, no, what you really, but then again, social media has also muddied the waters when it comes to PR, because now we have now we know what celebrities are doing. Oh, I know that Nev Campbell had a salad yesterday or whatever. You know what I mean? You can follow them.
What type of salad?
Oh man, it was great. It was Caesar salad. It had some chicken on it.
PETA's losing their shit now.
Oh yeah. But the PR departments and studios just don't work the same anymore, especially when the actors aren't in contract with them. But the PR departments that they hire don't necessarily have 100% control as to what the people say. So that's why sometimes people go off the reservation, and a studio has to make a decision that they think is, look, financially, what you said is going to hurt us. And then, to be honest, what they said was she wasn't fired. Her contract was not renewed for future movies. That's all it was. They even say it in Scream 7. I wasn't fired. My contract wasn't renewed. So it wasn't that she was like, they said, oh, fuck you, get out of here. You're never going to be in a Scream movie again. They just didn't give her a contract for another movie. That's really all it was. But people blew it up that, oh my God, they're censoring her and her beliefs. And I think that hurt the way 7 is perceived.
Yeah. Well, and you, was it last week that you were kind of breaking down what 7 would have been and how it would have pissed off everybody anyways? Because you said that what was going to happen? Jenna was going to get killed. They were both going to get killed off eventually, right?
Jenna was the opening kill, and then Samantha would have been the ghost face that gets killed at the end. So they would have been out of the story anyway.
Yeah. Wow. Well, you know what? And Antonis mentions, and I do want to say that I reached out to Wet Movie One after seeing his post that he's back in urgent care, having more pain in his leg, and we really hope that they're able to figure something out because it's getting scary now. It shouldn't last as long. So hopefully, I told him go see a different doctor. Go find a different place or something. But it's expensive. It's not easy.
It's a conversation we can have offline, but yeah, it's like ridiculous what's happening.
Yeah. So let's talk Scream 7. Let's get into the story and hear our thoughts. And John, we are going to I went first last week to kind of, kind of show what I was going to talk about without spoiling anything. I don't want to do that this week. I want to allow Jose, our guest, to tell everybody his thoughts and break down the movie. And then John, I will let you respond afterwards. And then John, I will tell you why you're wrong. Because John already teased that he is going to disagree with us wholeheartedly on this story.
Well, we all have to.
Once again, you can have your own opinion, but I'm right.
We all have the same rating anyway, so I think we'll be fine.
Yeah, no, that's very true. That's why I'm like, John, you can't bash it that much. You gave it a 4.
Well, I mean, when you have turd, and then one that has a bow on it, the one with the bow is going to get a little better review. So,
all right, Bullet Ward. So MC, I have notes on like the second time I saw it. I sat in the back of the theater by myself, had my phone brightness turned way down low, and I just was typing notes, quick little notes to myself throughout the movie. So if you kind of want to go through the story, or if you want to talk about, like the end, the third act, or whatever you want to talk about the film to get the conversation rolling, the microphone is yours, sir.
Well, honestly, I think the best way to proceed is I feel at this point I have a pretty strong grasp at what the movie was trying to achieve and what the underlying messages were and all that good stuff. So maybe if you guys have any questions, I can try to at least give you my interpretation of it. That might be the better way to approach it.
Sure. Then let's do this, because we were talking about last week, but we had to be very careful and tippy-toe around it. Mm-hmm. How the opening scene may or may not have had anything to do with the rest of the film. And I think, unless I'm wrong, I think we would all three agree that at least had a little bit something to do with the rest of the film. I think even John would have. But
it does.
My thought on it, one, specifically, it is alluding to the fact that it's making us question, is Stu still alive? Did Stu do this because he was mad about them using his house or whatever? Or it was just him raising awareness. Hey, I'm still here because I killed at my house, so I'm going to kill at my house again. Is there another reason? Am I wrong with that? Where do you stand with that, MC?
Pretty close. At least my interpretation and how it connects to the rest of the story is it's supposed to be sort of a big, bold message. The bad guys in this are dyed-in-the-wool mental patient serial killers. These are people who were in mental hospitals. That first guy that's revealed has already killed 3 women before he started all this. So these are mental patients. These are like psycho people. These aren't teenagers or whatever. Oh, you killed my son, or I'm the dad of the guy you killed. Like, it's not any of that. These are randos, like strangers. To me, that's scarier because it could be it really could be anybody. It doesn't have to be somebody you went to school with. Yeah. So the burning of the Stu house does 2 things. For me, it sends a big signal. It sends, oh shit, Stu is alive, and he came back to burn down where it all began. So that when Sydney hears about it and she sees the AI Stu, there's more credence to the belief that, oh shit, Stu is really back. Only he would have burned the house down. The other thing it does for me, and at the end, Jessica, one of the killers, says, I'm going to kill you. We're going to restart it fresh. I'm going to make a new final girl. So I think it's symbolically where it all began was Stu's house. She's burning down where it all began to restart the franchise with Tatum. So I think it works symbolically, but also story-wise to give credence to Stu being alive. That's how I think. And also, keep in mind, this isn't the first time an opening sequence hasn't directly played into the plot. The second one, great opening, that doesn't really play into the plot. It's just, 2 kids were killed, but they weren't Sydney's friends. None of that stab situation ever carries over to the motive of the killers. Yeah. In 6, really, really cool, unique opening. None of that carries over into the movie beyond the fact that it's one of the killers we eventually see, but that's always the case. So it's not the first time that an opening has characters that aren't necessarily married to the characters in play. That's sort of my feeling on the opening.
Yeah, and I liked it. I mean, I thought the opening was great. It was beautifully shot and everything, but I like it and I kind of appreciate it, and I can't really argue with you on that. Now, John, why are we wrong, or what do you have to say about it?
I forget the screenwriting book, but it's Pineapple Express. If you look at the beginning of that. The beginning of it has nothing to do with the rest of the film. And that is what, I'm blanking on his name. The star of Pineapple Express, not James Franco, but the other guy. Help me out here.
The stoner guy?
Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen. So he wrote part of the script. So he read this book. It was recommended to him that says that the beginning doesn't have to have anything to do with the movie. That was criticized when the film came out. Critics said, what does this have to do with the movie? So if that is the idea, then the beginning is fine. I personally don't think that place would really exist. With the amount of problems that have been in that house, it would probably be torn down. But the beginning of it is fine. I just don't really see. I just don't think Kevin Williamson is that great of a director. I just don't. I mean, it's teaching. Miss Tingle, he wasn't that great. He's a TV director primarily. He's a good writer overall, but I just don't think he's that great of a director. He has good ideas, but
I like Jose's point last week was that if they give him full control for Scream 8 and we actually get to see what he could do, that would be interesting to see, because he was like sharing control with this one. So
unless it's the daughter,
I don't know, you can put it all on him.
Then it's no, it's not going to be good. If it's
just a reminder, Slackwell still loves Alexandra Daddario's boobs. So yeah, that is
understandable. Very understandable.
Yes. Slack Wolf comes in weekly to remind us about how lovely and supple Alexandra Daddario's breasts are. Okay, so then with the opening scene, I do want to say two amazing kills. Those kills were brilliant. The knife going through the side of the guy's head, and as it went in and being twisted and stuff, his eyeball kind of turning and stuff was great. I thought it looked amazing. And then the second kill with her falling down from upstairs, and right at the last second, Ghostface rolling over and her landing on the knife. Amazing kills. And then Ghostface is pouring gasoline on her as he's lighting the house on, he or she, whatever, lighting the house on fire. And then walking out the door with the burning house behind. What a gorgeous shot. So, I mean, part 6, the opening was amazing too, with Samara Weaving out in that alley. It was gorgeous as well. But man, this might have been one of the, as far as eye candy, as far as, the color and the killing and the blood and the fire, one of the best openings just to watch.
But
super epic.
6 had something that no Scream has ever done before. Not one in that beginning.
Yeah, sure.
Is that it's once, what's her name from Ready or Not?
Samara Weaving.
When she's killed, the killer reveals himself. Never done in any other film. So we actually get the film pauses, and you think it's going to go Scream. Scream 6.
Yeah.
And it doesn't. It does an unnatural pause, and then he takes the mask off, which has never been done before. So I will give them credit for that, for part 6. I think the beginning of 7 is it's fine. It's okay. I don't think that this stuff is brilliant. I like the knife in the head we've seen many times. The eye poking, the eye popping out was fine. But the girl hanging from the chandelier and Ghostface going, turning over, that I really liked. I thought that was really good. So
I'll tell you, it's made me want to go buy a stab poster. I want a stab poster on my wall now.
Well, as one critic pointed out, the Scream movies have become stab.
Yeah, but here's the beauty. Talking about things that did or didn't happen in other films, as the franchise is moving along, we have the constants. We have the Ghostface, we have the voice, and for the most part, Nev. But we get different little things to make them unique. And one of the most unique things about this one, where last one, part 6, they revealed Ghostface, and we found out, was a knockoff Ghostface. In this one, they kill Ghostface at the beginning of the movie, or at least, like the first act. When Courtney Cox pulls up, bam, runs him over. And you're like, what? We can't kill Ghostface this early. That intro, when Courtney Cox shows up and gets out of the car, the second time I thought I saw the movie, not as much, but the first night, the theater erupted when they saw Courtney Cox get out. I thought a little goofy because, the timing, how, of them, there's Ghostface and her running him over. But again, it's a horror movie. Some of these things that, they don't have to be realistic. They just have to be fun and entertaining for us. I thought that was great. And the idea that you killed Ghostface and then you immediately have Gail saying, well, how do we know that was the only one? And you may be the killer, they may be the killer, and I thought the way they did that and then kind of transitioned out of it, I thought was great. So with Gail showing up like that and the killer now, and I guess maybe we'll talk about this too. They get to the house because they want to get out of town, and the killer's in the attic. If they have alarms and all this stuff, how the hell did the killer get in the attic?
This is the worst police department in any movie history. There's barely any police on the street. Her husband as the sheriff is horrible. It's you barely. I mean, Scream 4. There was police everywhere. In this one, there's barely any police. It doesn't, and nobody calls 911.
Yeah.
Nev Campbell's running down the street. All she had to do was go back to the the place to get her keys. Instead, she runs. Why? Just you have.
I have a reason, but continue.
I know the reason. She only had 6 days to film. Then you have her daughter that's in the office. Stay in the office. Why would you not stay in the office? Call 911. Instead, she gets out. Nev says, shoot the guy in the head. She doesn't. She doesn't even take the mask off. It's like none of this stuff to me makes sense. There's a panic room that the daughter knows nothing about. Nothing. If you're going to have people killing you all, going after you every single time, wouldn't you at least tell the daughter there's a panic room to go into?
No, I would not.
Why?
Because you want your daughter to live a normal life. That is why Sydney left. She wanted her family to live a normal life, and she went away.
You can't have a normal life when 5 other movies you're being stalked.
Yeah. Well, no, but those are argumentative things that we could debate on.
No, it's called bad writing is what it's called.
I don't know. I disagree.
You call 911, the movie's over. You tell her that there's a panic room. She's going to go to the panic room. So it's just like, it's kind of like she's the audience and she's discovering things as we do. But this should have been Halloween. This should have been, was it Halloween 2016? That first one. She should have been Sydney should have been in a compound. She should know guns. Her daughter should be knowing guns. That's what it should have been.
But would that be fair to her daughter? Because if she was living like that, people would be ridiculing her, and her daughter would feel that effect.
Because you're going off of the current movie. If she went into, let's say, a bar and a guy harassed her, she could take care of that because of what she already knows.
But you wouldn't want that. And maybe it's different for me having a kid, but I would not want my kids to be affected by shit that happened to me. I would want my kids to have a normal, wholesome life. And so I would do everything to protect that. And she made a decision.
What the shit is.
Yeah,
if you're somebody, wherever you move to, you're going to have a killer come after you. You're married to a sheriff for some reason. You're married to have him protect you. You have all the security stuff.
What world do you live in where you marry somebody for them to protect you, John?
No, a lot of women marry men to protect him.
Okay. See,
I know well, since he's a replacement for McDreamy, obviously he couldn't shoot. He probably, he didn't want to do it, or he was filming, so they didn't bother changing the guy's name. They just still called him the same name.
I think the things that you are saying, John, are your opinion about the story. They don't make anything right or wrong because your emotions in a situation, you don't know how people are going to react.
I'm going off of screenwriting. I'm not going off the film itself.
Okay, but irregardless.
No, it is not irregardless.
Irregardless, that is your opinion of how the script should have been different. I am looking for flaws in the script where I think
that is a flaw.
How, in your opinion, how did the guy get in the attic?
Because it's bad screenwriting. They just go, oh, the guy's hiding in the attic.
Well, okay, I can argue that all night, and you can argue that all night. I'm curious if Jose has a thought of how the guy got in the attic.
I'm gonna say Jessica is the neighbor, somebody that Nev or Sydney trusted. Maybe she knew the house code, like, oh, hey, could you go in and water the plants or whatever? I mean, we have neighbors. My kids used to go over to their house and feed the dogs, when they were on vacation. So maybe it's just one of those things where she just knew the code and she let them in. That's where I'm landing.
You reminded me of something in the coffee shop. Did you see the neighbor watched her type in a code? She is they're going in a building or something. The neighbor chick is right there as Nev is typing in a code for something. I forget what it was now. I wonder if I typed it.
I think it was she was at the cash register. But she's not at the front door with her. The door's already open when she gets there.
Yeah, because it doesn't make any sense.
Or maybe she watched her open the safe or something.
No, because that's the safe. No, she never sees her, which is why it doesn't make any sense that Ghostface would know the code to set to disable the alarm.
Again, Jessica's her neighbor. It seems like they're really close friends. Hey, could you go open the store for me? My employee's sick. Would you mind? I don't put it past her friend knows the code.
But she says, I've only trusted one person, and that was Tatum. And then at the end, she says, I've only now trusted 2 people. So it's you have to, and it's screenwriting 101. Mm-hmm. She has to be somewhere to see something for her to then be able to use it later. You should be able to go back in the film and go, oh, look, that's where she found it out. There isn't that scene. It's just that Ghostface knows the alarm code unless there's a scene that's cut.
So that's what we're saying. So Ghostface, one of the killers, presumably the neighbor, at some point in her past, got the alarm code. I would have to go back and look. I swear there was something where I saw where the neighbor was watching her type in something or heard her something. I don't remember. But okay. So
when we meet the neighbors, the 2 of them, Nev is there, and then she's like, "Well, leave." The neighbor's like, "Well, leave her alone, and all that."
Yeah.
And she just walks right in because the place has already been running.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No. I understand that. But I thought it was something else. But anyways. What a cringy, awkward, weird conversation between Nev and I think I typed in the neighbor's name here. What was the neighbor's name?
Jessica.
When they sat down in the coffee shop and started talking, like, if we don't teach our kids to protect them, they won't protect themselves or whatever. That interaction that Nev and the neighbor had right there.
Mm-hmm.
Did you feel like that was awkward or cringy? I felt it was a weird forced. The conversation felt forced.
Not forced, but I will say the first time I'm like, wow, the dialogue feels really off to me. It isn't until I saw it a second time and I knew her position where I'm like, holy crap, she's giving away that she's the killer with just in the way she's, saying her lines. That's why it feels weird. Similar to Jill, if you go back and watch Scream 4 and Jill's the killer, some of her scenes, she kind of comes off as a bad actor, but she is acting. So it's, that's why it kind of works. So I think that's where I land with that scene.
Okay, so that makes sense that she's as a really real life, an actress, and now she's in a film acting like she's acting.
Mm-hmm.
So where typically you don't want to realize somebody's acting, you want it to look natural, but this doesn't. So okay, so I feel better about that scene now. Did you have any issues with that, John, with their conversation? Because I've heard other people complain about the dialogue in the film, and to me that was the one glaring point.
I guess I didn't even notice anything, but I would probably say off of what you're going to is that it just wasn't well directed or well written.
Yeah. No, and actually after what Jose's saying, I kind of feel like it was brilliant now because it's kind of like it's
like the wolf in sheep's clothing.
Yes. Yeah. So
I mean, I love Scream 4. It's my favorite Scream movie, even over the first film. And I have my love for Emma Roberts, but it's I think everything that Scream 4 did, it did better than 5, 6, and 7. And that's the whole obsessed type of thing.
Yeah.
So it was a much better film. So it's just kind of repeating itself. So you can look at all these movies and there's issues with every single one. And of course, that's been with leaked scripts, rewrites, different directors coming in, that whole thing. So I'm expecting bad writing at some points or bad directing. But I would think by 7, they might have gotten their act together a little bit more.
That's not the way usually franchises go. Usually by 7, they're dog shit.
I don't know. Maybe you could name a
Hellraiser.
Friday the 13th Part 7 is one of the best ones in the series.
Yeah,
it's a great one. But then you get Part 8, which is like I mean,
Horrible.
I can't.
And
there's
you
nobody
already
that
had
likes
part
8.
5, so
Yeah,
And I liked part 5, so that was.
it's the best kills in the franchise.
That tracks.
Now, part 5 has the best kills in the franchise, which is crazy. And that it's not Jason. It's crazy to me.
Yeah, I hate 5. I fucking hate it. So John, so you were saying so
Well, that tracks. You don't like anything. he puts on Get Out, turns it off in 10 minutes because they're bitching about white people, and all of us are going, dude, you gotta watch the whole movie. There's a twist. There's a twist in it. I'm not gonna watch it.
I know who the director is. I understand the MO, and I'm just like, I don't need to see
don't understand.
This.
I bet you can't tell me.
Don't
what the
need to
twist
see
is.
this at all. No. I don't need to see the rest. I just don't need to. Like, you were Jose was 10 minutes from the end of a movie, and you turned it off the other day. Did you not?
I did, but this is the kind of movie that no human eyes should watch.
There you go. Yeah.
Oh, I think I still have it here. I threw it on the ground.
John's gonna be like, "Oh, I have that. I love it."
Oh, I loved it. 10 out of 10.
Scarlet Warning 666.
Oh, no idea.
Yeah, no, it's like a lost movie from Texas. It is garbage, dude. So bad. It makes Neil Breen and Tommy Wiseau look like Spielberg. Like that's
oh wow,
awful.
Amazing. And so John, you were saying you felt like Sydney should have been kind of like like Jamie Lee Curtis's character. Mm-hmm. Why the fuck can I not remember?
Laurie?
Many different franchises. Laurie Strode, thank you.
Yeah.
Jamie, so Sydney should have been like Laurie Strode and, protecting herself and training and all this. Well, Sydney is kind of a badass in this. Sydney has a gun in the console of her car. She has a gun in her office. She has a house with a safe room. So she is prepared, kind of on a lesser level.
Like a spy.
Than Jamie. She's like nobody. She's like the movie Nobody. She's like Bob Odenkirk. You don't know she's like a badass. But
well, she's not that much. But she's more like Nobody too.
But if you could choose to protect your children and allow them to live a normal life, because if they grow up fearing somebody is going to kill them, it's going to be a miserable life. You would not want that for your kids. You would do anything you could to not have your kids.
You would still prepare them a little bit. You would still sit there and say, hey, you know what? Maybe you should learn how to use a gun. You may want to take them to the range. You might want to say, hey, if anybody breaks into the house, we have a panic room.
How old was she? She's 17?
Yeah.
Is that how old she or 15 in the movie? The
no,
daughter?
I think 17.
17.
She's supposed to be the same age as Nev in the first movie.
Okay, by the time my kids were 15, they'd all shotguns. But not everybody's going to do that. Not every,
But it's just they're not going to do the Halloween thing because it's been done. Everybody's then just going to say that Scream 7 is just ripping off Halloween. That was the only original thing. But
nobody's calling Sydney crazy now. Imagine if she was this crazy lady like Laurie Strode. How many cups of coffee is she going to sell in the morning at her shop?
Well, she probably wouldn't have a coffee shop. She might actually have like a military shop. She might actually have like an ammo.
But this is not Sydney. That's not Sydney, though.
And here's the thing.
No, we don't know her personally.
Here's the thing with the whole Halloween 2018 Jamie Lee Curtis thing. To me, made no sense. If we look at it realistically, she spent 5 fucking minutes with Michael Myers.
Oh, I know what.
And then like 30 years later, she's Rambo. What the shit?
Right. It makes no sense whatsoever. None.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It is so stupid. Hence, the guy who went off to make Exorcist the Believer. But I think that it makes more sense for somebody who's been through this many times, 30 years.
I'll give you that.
To actually have a more secure. I mean, at least do the Purge and make your place a fortress. It looks normal to everybody, and then once trouble hits,
I mean,
you bring down.
and not letting
everybody
anybody
has alarms.
in.
People don't let people in.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
The boyfriend got in pretty easy. He just climbed up through the girlfriend's window.
Yeah, but so that was, but she found out because he obviously triggered some alarm.
I don't think there was an alarm. She probably just heard him. But it's she did it when she was a kid. She caught Jill doing it, and so she's used to it. So she's now expecting her daughter to do it because she's a teenager. That's what they do.
Mm-hmm. Well,
there's I guess to go back to what I was saying, there's going to be flaws in all these movies that you could totally pick apart. And a lot of them aren't going to make sense, which is why I'm glad that people out there actually take the time to go, oh, Billy killed this person, Stu killed that person, so that you could go back in the movie, which somebody did for 7, and said, oh, she killed this person, he killed that person, and then you could go back to see if it makes sense. Because with the Billy stuff, it made sense when you actually thought of it.
So in your mind, what Sydney is doing doesn't make sense, but that's a choice. That's a decision. A flaw in a movie is they're driving a red car and the next scene, it's a blue car. Unless you're Kubrick and this typewriter's supposed to change colors. Those are flaws.
Well,
a decision is not a flaw. It's writing you disagree with. It doesn't make it wrong.
It's a writing flaw. That's the
in
thing.
Your opinion. I disagree.
Well, I would say in screenwriting,
we're taking a vote here. Was the writing flawed? MC.
Well, look, it's not a perfect movie, and there's things that would change, but I wouldn't say it's a perfect script. No.
But you could tell me I'm right and John's wrong, though.
Yeah. but he's right.
I'll plead the fifth.
I think it's being neutral or in the middle on this is correct, because it isn't perfect. Nothing is perfect until they explain it. For almost every Friday the 13th film, everybody's like, how does Jason get from here to way over here in like 2 seconds? Well, then in the remake, it's explained. He has tunnels. So he drops down, runs through the tunnel, pops up in front of the person. Dumb or not, they explain it. And it's so with this, I don't mind there being 2 or 3 Ghostface running around, as long as when that person brings out that list, she killed this person, that person, it makes sense if you go take that list and you look back to say, my problem is with a lot of these is, of course, as much as I love Emma Roberts, I'm sorry, you're 90 pounds wet. There is no way you're going to be taking on some of these people. That's just like, what's her face from that movie you like, OGP, where she's naked throughout the whole film. In part 5, how she takes Dewey out. So,
are you talking about the substance?
No. The chick that you like, you got naked all in that movie, who was in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
The substance.
No,
she was in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Anyway,
no. I'm sorry. She was in Scream 5 and in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. She gets burnt twice. In both
Mikey
films,
Madison.
Thank you. So
she wasn't naked all the time in Anora, but
according to you, she was naked
most of the time.
I should watch it.
Yeah, she did get pounded doggy style, and that was like, wow, this is happening on screen. Wow.
Unless the Ghostface mask has some sort of power, there is no possible way she could take out Dewey.
No,
None.
okay, so no. That and we'll talk about there's a kill in this film where maybe I'm wrong, but either way, either one of these people would have been hard pressed to pick up the guy and stab his head through
that was the mom.
Beer thing. And I think she was doing that to her son, right?
So
the beer was shooting out his mouth. It was beautiful kill. I love that. It's one of my favorite kills because it was so funny when his mouth was a beer fountain.
Yeah.
But I'm like, it's not practical.
It's not a Scream kill, but it's a good kill. I mean, that's more of a Jason kill.
I think people are nitpicking too much. I'm like, and Blake had the same issue. He that was his least favorite kill. I'm like, but
I love that kill.
Why can't the movie have a little fun with the kills? I would rather inventive kills, inventive set pieces than just what we got, in 3, which is just stabs and no blood. And I know that thing had issues, but I would rather. Here's the thing: we're 7 movies deep. Realism is we're in the magical realism world.
Yeah.
This is like Fast and the Furious 7 type territory now. I mean, luckily nobody's flying through space or whatever.
Oh, that's one of my favorite ones.
The 5th one is my favorite one, but
Fast 5 is great. But I love
so good, good.
Fast 5 is great.
But I think we can give these movies a little leeway when it comes to realism, because they're not designed to be Oscar bait movies where it's like it's the real. We're not there for realism. We're there for a fun whodunit, and watching people getting cut up. That's part of the thing. So the whole I don't believe that person would have carried that person. I mean, that kind of like, if you go back to part 2, so you're telling me that Mrs. Loomis killed Randy because that's what she says she did. I don't believe that she would have been able to pick up Jamie Kennedy, who's like 6'5", and drag him into a van.
He's kind of a scrawny guy, though.
Yeah, well,
Jamie Kennedy's a big dude. Yeah,
I do think that you're correct, and I mean you do have to give leeway for a lot of these things. And what I have, okay, so for like part 6. Is when the daughter is when Ghostface pops out of the closet in the apartment and he kills the redhead, right? And he kills the boyfriend, and then she gets thrown through the door, and all the friends are there. That scene is so weird because that means that her dad snuck in there, hid in the closet as Ghostface, listened to her having sex, and then the guy gets up to clean himself off. She's sitting in there all stinky, and then the dad comes out, fake kills her, kills the boyfriend. So I'm guessing this is the type of family they are.
But they're psychopaths, so nothing's off limits. A psychopath, true. If you're a psychopath, you don't look at anything correctly. So maybe the dad, maybe he got his rocks off in there. Who knows?
I think it's called bad writing. They said this would be a great scene. He's in this closet. He's going to pop out. People are going to think the girl is dead. We see the boyfriend is dead. This looks great on
Or
paper.
Was it brilliant writing? Because here we are years later going, oh my God, did that dad
brilliantly
watch his daughter
bad
have sex? I don't know. Or funny because it's a horror movie and we're supposed to laugh at these things. So I want to talk about another kill, possibly one of my favorite kills, maybe my favorite kill in the entire franchise. And that is when we have, is it Aaron is helping her
with the controls.
Hannah is swinging. Hannah's swinging and Aaron's helping her with the controls. And then we hear off screen Aaron get killed. And then I'm like, oh, bummer, we didn't get to see it. Well, we get to see it later, the result. But Hannah swinging and then Ghostface there with the knife and slicing her. She goes back and forth. And then finally that whoosh and the guts falling to the ground. I thought that was brilliant. But then the silhouette shot with Ghostface and her hanging there and everything was gorgeous. I absolutely love that kill. Maybe my favorite kill in the movie. What do you think, Jose? Is it up there?
Oh, top 3. Beautifully shot. I mean, it felt like something out of a Dario Argento movie, and that felt very much like a horror fan directing a movie. It reminded me of a kind of a Wes Craven feel, and I really loved it. I kind of wish that actress had stayed around a little longer. That kill, by the way, is a good example of how this movie really reworks the formula. It's and I hate the word subversion because I think that killed Star Wars, but this movie subverts what you think a Scream movie is gonna do. They even have it in the dialogue. Right before she gets killed, she says to her friends, "Okay, guys, party at my house." And your mind goes, "Oh, well, it's gonna be the party scene where all the friends are gonna get killed." Oh, we know what that is. But no, she gets killed like literally 5 minutes later. That already changes. Oh shit! Okay, then all bets are off. The same as in revealing the ghost face halfway through. Like imagine if any of the ghost faces in any of the movies had been killed off early. without any proper introduction, you'd be like, wait, who the hell's that? Okay, we haven't had that. We haven't met that person yet. So who knows if the first Ghostface, what's his face, Mark, not Mark, I'm blanking on his name now, Carl. If Carl had maybe played a bigger part later on, if he had run off instead of being run off, run over by the car, if he had run off and maybe he'd come back as a gardener or something, we would have been seen him more. But just because of the subversion on the formula, this is a very different Scream movie, and I think it keeps you on your toes. And I think because it doesn't do what you expect, I think people are reacting to it like, oh wait, this doesn't feel like Scream. This is different. This isn't how you do it. But I that's what I really loved about it, is that it gives you something different. And that kill, great example, beautiful, operatic, gory, and it puts Sydney and Ghostface face to face early on, which we haven't seen in a long time. Face to face, she tries to shoot him. Obviously, she can't kill him that early, but she tries to get him. And again, changing the formula. I loved it.
Yeah. And when Hannah was swinging and Ghostface comes out of the door of the stage, I was like, this is like, going to be a Shakespearean kill here. This is going to be great. Yeah. And then, but at the same time, I'm almost like, part 3 was a house set, and we didn't get any blood. And this was like a house set, and we got all the blood. It was almost like redemption a little bit for part 3.
And also a callback to part 2, which ended on stage at a play. So I think it was sort of, nostalgia bait for that as well.
Yeah. John, where are you with that kill?
Oh, I think it's a really good kill. I like it. I like that I find it funny that the daughter, who's in like a dog costume, is making such a big deal out of this whole thing. Oh my God, I can't believe you're in a dog costume. Okay, you're playing Fido.
Yeah.
That's why it's funny.
It is very funny, yeah.
I like the teacher who's kind of berating her, saying that you need to be more like your mom, because it's the exact opposite, like you had said with part 2, where the teacher, David Warner, is like, you're intense. It's like really working with her to bring out this, this character. And I don't know what they were doing in 7, but the play that they're doing in 2 actually kind of represents what's going on. But I like that there's the two different things, of David Warner saying, Sydney, you're intense, and she's really listening. And then the daughter is just being completely berated. Like, be like your mom. What are you doing? Stupid. Yeah. Be like your mom, dummy. And but I did think it was a really good kill. I liked it. And if it is done by the neighbor, it makes sense, because all she has to do is stand under with the knife, is going back and forth. And then, then it makes sense. So, yeah.
Well, I think that had to be the neighbor because of the time of day and the Fallbrook place being a couple hours away. That I think that had to be the neighbor at that point.
Up right now, actually.
But it could have been Carl, but I mean, Carl might have been just waiting in the attic, so who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I did one thing about like the teacher being the creepy, cringy guy. It was almost like they were going, "Hey, we want you to think maybe he's the killer," and I think a true Scream fan is going to go, they want me to think he's a killer too bad that he can't be the killer. And so I kind of crossed him off the list right away. But then, later on at the crime scene, when he's standing there, as Sydney's looking around, and then who else was there? The neighbor,
the boyfriend
was like, or was it the boyfriend? Yeah.
The boyfriend and the neighbor kid. Yeah.
So we're it's like, okay, well, who is it? But it's like, I couldn't cross off. I thought it would have been too obvious to be the boyfriend, but that teacher, I was like, this guy is way too cringy, way too, much of like, he would have been in Scream. It wouldn't work because those people typically aren't the killer. It's somebody we don't expect or whatever.
Okay.
But
I have it right here. So it's okay. So Ghostface killer breakdown for Scream 7. Carl, the escaped patient, killed Scott. That was at the Airbnb. Madison, the Airbnb. And then it says Carl is later run over by Gail. Jessica, the neighbor, and mastermind, she kills Hannah, so gutted and disemboweled. Chloe, stabbed in the throat with broken glass, and Lucas, head impaled on the bar tap. Marco, facility supervisor, he kills Ben, stabbed multiple times, and then final confrontation, Marco and Jessica are killed by Sydney and Tatum. And it just says Sydney, Mindy, and Chad and Mark survived the film. So that's who killed who, according to this. And this is from, I don't know where I got this from, but it was a known source. So I'm guessing it's true.
I'm sure they planned this stuff out. I'm sure the filmmakers they have to. Or I mean, that's like the first thing you do before you write anything down. Like, okay, so where's the killer? Okay, who did this one? Who did that one?
Yeah.
Because that would be the worst thing.
Make sure it works.
If you go back and look, and it doesn't make any sense, it's because who did they say? It's like when Billy disappears in the first one for a large amount of time, he's killing somebody while Stu is in the house.
So he's taking care of Tatum.
Okay, so then if you go and look, Billy should be leaving. Like, hey, I'm going to go off and do something. And then Stu should be hanging out. So then that way, if you go back and rewatch it, you can go, that's Billy.
Right.
Yeah, because a lot of people thought it was Stu because it was his ex. But yeah, it ended up being Billy.
Because that's when he comes back in. He goes, hey, can we talk? And they go upstairs and fuck. And that's after Tatum is taken out.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's a good scene.
Sorry. I liked Gail's like snarkiness with the other reporter when she tells him fuck the fuck off. I like that she still has her edge, her sassiness to her. So I thought that was fun. And where was I going with that? Something with Gail.
Where was she for the last 15 minutes of the movie?
I can explain that.
Well, yes, but so even before that with Gail, she gets so excited because she's finally getting the interview, and then she goes, "Get the fuck out of here!" You know, you're going to give me the interview. Get the fuck out of here. I almost felt I was like, the fuck off was good, but then I was like, we're getting maybe too much of her sassiness. Do you think was Gail over the top at all with that, or did you kind of like her sassiness throughout? Because we got the fuck off, and then we got the get the fuck out of here. Both times opening night elicited a laugh from the audience in the theater I was in, but the second time I was like, it was maybe too much.
I think it's nitpicky. I think she was fine. I think she was just kind of, they were trying to give her the same flavor as the first movie a bit, but with more cursing.
Yeah, but I like her. I mean, Gail's great. It'll be sad Scream movie without her.
At some point, it's probably going to happen.
So, yeah, well, definitely, yeah.
It's going to be too expensive.
And speaking, so we'll get in. We need to talk about the third act, but I do want to say, you want to talk about flaws. In my opinion, maybe you could justify that this wasn't a flaw, but they're in the bar, they're in the tavern, and the one girl has to go in the back. Oh, I forgot the pizza. I got to go get the pizza, and the pizza's burning. Did we not notice the pizza? There was already pizza on the bar. Why was there another pizza in the oven from a bar that was closed?
Oh, she's getting more pizza.
She's getting more.
The bar was a gigantic pizza that wasn't touched sitting on the bar.
They want more pizza.
But she says, but one of the girls says, what does that smell? And she goes, oh, it's pizza.
Well, but there was already a pizza on the bar.
I think that she was going to get more.
When we start that scene, there's already a pizza on the bar. So
people love pizza.
They like pizza, I guess. Yeah.
Did she go in the back with all the dough and put all the toppings on and then put it in? Because she wasn't back there for very long.
I will tell you that the tavern scene in the kitchen and stuff, I loved it. I think we talked about last week a little bit. But I thought it was great. It reminded me a little bit of what was the John Wick, the girl spinoff of John Wick from last year.
Ballerina.
It was so good. They had
Ballerina.
Yeah. They had the kitchen scene. And then what was the other movie came out also last year where they had the big fight scene in the kitchen with the guy where he couldn't feel pain.
Novocaine.
Novocaine. They had
with our buddy.
So I love kitchen fight scenes. I thought that was great. But at that point, yeah, we're now the interviews going on and Gail and Sydney are getting notified that the killer is going in. So Sydney has to leave. And what happens to Gail? So I know I jumped around a lot right there. You mentioned
at the station?
Yes. But let's
there has to be something cut. Or she only had 4 days.
Maybe. But you want it. Well, Jose, I think last week you mentioned about the color of the bar scene and stuff, how you enjoyed that. Was there anything else that you wanted to elaborate or talk about with the bar scene that really caught your eye?
No, the bar scene looks good, and it's got 2 really fun kills. One that's a very simple kill with the nick in the neck, and then one extravagant kill, which it's interesting that we get both. The most simple kill in the movie and the craziest kill in the movie in the same scene. I do kind of wish it wasn't all in one location. I think the bar sort of served as our party location where the cast was at, sort of like part 4's, Kirby's house kind of thing. But I do wish we had gotten more time with the characters, a little more fun dialogue, a little more back and forth. Something that wasn't just, hey, who's the killer? I love stuff that sort of is non sequitur, stuff that's in between the margins, that isn't necessarily what's the plot. That's the problem with a lot of Asylum movies, that they're all, this is the plot, this is the problem, solve the problem. I love when a movie will go off topic. They do it in Scream when, Sydney's looking through the VHS and she's saying, the fog, prom night, how come Jamie Lee's in all this? And Randy, and they talk about, Scream Queens. And that's it's still within the realm of the movie, but and meta, but it's not on topic, like who's going to kill us? Oh my God, where's the killer? So I wish that dialogue had changed a little bit. And I'm guessing Kevin just did not have time to add anything. And I'm going to bet the drama teacher was written all by Kevin, because that felt very different. That felt very Kevin Williamson kind of crazy character. So I'm going to guess that was his insert, that guy. The bar scene is great. It does feel like it goes on a little longer than it needs to. I just wish we spent more time with those characters.
Yeah. And you know what? So one of the best parts about the bar scene was when the twins there, when the girl starts talking about the rules and the guy's like, I forget their names. And he's like, we've been through that, we're better than that. We don't need to talk about
that. We don't need to do this again. I hate the twins.
Thought that was
I can't stand them. They were much better in this than they were in the last 2 movies. I
hated them in 5,
but I don't like them
in 5. I liked them in 6, and I really enjoyed them in 7. I thought
they're absolutely pointless in this movie.
No, Mindy explains the entire motive. When you go back and listen to what she says, it is the motive of the movie. She finally gets it right. Everything she says, that's what the killers say they're after. So it's kind of brilliant. She nailed, obviously it's written by the people who know, but her character nailed what the movie's all about. So people are like, I don't understand the motive. Mindy says it. It's toxic fans. It's almost the exact same motive as 5. It's toxic fans of Sydney, not of Stab. It's brilliant. I think it's I think for me it's a way to elevate to the next motive. Yeah.
Now and the only beef I have with that scene is when they're like, Mindy, what's the brother's name?
Chad.
Chad.
Mindy and Chad.
His name is actually Chad.
Terrible. But when they go, the kitchen, because they like hear the noise, and then we cut into the kitchen, and we have the girl kind of fighting with Ghostface still, it takes them forever to get to the kitchen. I'm like, how big is this bar that it's taking that long for them to get to the kitchen?
Yeah.
Web Movie One says it sucks so much. I'm in the hospital now, trying to get so much better. So much going on over here. Wet One, man. Take care of yourself, dude. We'll check in with you after the stream tonight. But man, I hope they're
get better.
Out, man. Gosh.
Dude, text me if you need a ride or anything. Okay, I'm around. So just let me know if you need anything.
Right on. That's why we love you, MC. Always.
Wow, that's why I love you guys. So there you go.
What I like with the bar scene is that the black girl was in Madam Web, and I'm glad to see that she could find work after that.
Is she in Madam Web?
I believe. Yeah, it looks. I haven't. It's her. I am absolutely certain that's the same girl from Madam Web.
I don't think so. She is in Ghostbusters with McKenna Grace.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I'm gonna, and I've said this before. I make no bones about it. It's true. I like Madam Web.
What?
He knows nothing about comic books.
I don't care about comic
Madam
books.
Web.
But I thought Madam Web was as a story in itself. I was down with it.
It is one of the greatest bad movies ever made.
I don't.
If you want to talk about brilliant, Madam Web is brilliant in its horrible. It is so horrible. It is.
I'm in the wrong stream, guys.
It's almost like Madam Web is here, and it's so awful that it makes a complete circle back to greatness of how bad this movie is. I've seen it like 3 times. It's so
wow.
John, will you tell MC what you have from Madam Web in your apartment?
Well, I do hate things. So I do have sitting right above my Funko Pops for Marvel and DC. I have 2 posters. I have the Madam Web poster, like the 11 by 17, and I have Joker Folie de Vue, Joker 2, right next to it. And then over on my other wall, so then when OGP spends the night, he can see it. Is Batwoman season 1, She-Hulk, Attorney at Law, and I got another really bad one up there too. And they're just all bad.
I don't understand his hate purchases.
You love to stay angry, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have a whole collection of hate Funko Pops that I bought. So
oh my god, dude.
So your thoughts, John, on that scene, the tavern scene. You were gonna.
Yeah, I mean, I like that scene. It kind of reminded me of Jurassic Park with the the Velociraptors running around the kitchen. I like the I did like the now let's explain this, and Chad's like, just stop. Because I know that people were annoyed with it with part 6. I watched some reviews with like, come on, every movie. And so I enjoyed it. I liked it. I think the black girl's death is a cheat, though. Ghostface didn't do that. The Glass did that. So
she would have got it anyways.
I mean, she would have died, but she only died because she hit the ground and the glass went into her neck. So it's almost like in Chucky season 2, where he scares a nun and she dies of a heart attack, and he goes,
"Love it,
huh?" All right. Like, he's like, I didn't even have to do anything. She died of a heart attack. I almost wanted Ghostface's reaction to be like, I didn't even have to really do anything. Thumbs up for me. And then just walk to the next victim. So almost an acknowledgement.
That would have been funny. So, but that moment there, when they're talking about, we already been through the rules. They're referencing, I guess, technically like part 5. And I think in part 6, they go through the rules again too. But in this film, it was at least 3 times that they, in my opinion, took shots at part 6 for like Neb not being there. One of which Gail's shaky hand, and she's telling Sydney, like, you really missed out on a whatever the words were,
brutal,
which he said, for not being in New York. And I thought that was interesting that they and I didn't know. Do you feel like were they taking shots at part 6, or was it just like a reference?
No, I think it was completely a reference, and I'll tell you why. Because it's the same production company and it's the same writer. Why would he shit on his previous movie?
Okay,
You know,
right.
why would the production company say part 6 sucked? The whole movie, and here's my theory for the motive. The whole movie is a response to part 6, to the events of part 6. In the beginning, they even say, "Oh, did you see the thing about the Dateline about the New York murders and stuff like that?" Jessica even says, "When you didn't go to New York, you let me down. You're supposed to kill the bad guys. You didn't kill the bad guys. That means you've given up. I'm gonna for the good of the world, I'm gonna get rid of you because you don't want to be the final girl anymore." It's a direct response to 6. And even Nev at the end says, "I should have been there in New York. I'm sorry I wasn't there for you." I don't think they were shitting on the movie at all. I think it was ultimately the killers in this movie are us, the Sydney fans. What did we say? Oh, 6 without Sid, it doesn't feel like a Scream movie. Yeah. And that's what Jessica said. It's not the same. A Ghostface. She even says a Ghostface attack doesn't count if Sydney's not there. The whole movie's a response to 6, but in a real world true crime way. I don't think they were shitting on the movie, in my opinion.
Okay, John.
I absolutely think they were, but they were being hypocrites about it, because you can't shit on the film that you fired the lead actress for part 7, and then bring back the person who demanded a whole bunch of money. You also have the killer sit there and say you're not in your prime anymore, but yet you should have been there. So that doesn't make any sense. A lot of this seems to be the studio criticizing themselves, but at the same time, they're trying to make up for that. And then they're trying to give the fans a little bit of what they want. I even read, I don't know if this is true, but I saw that there is a Stu ending where he is alive, and test audiences didn't like it, so they cut it. So
I heard that. But I don't think it's real, because movies like Scream do not do testing, or else the reveals would get out. So I don't. I think they just said that to appease the fans, but I can't imagine that they would do testing, or else. I mean, those get leaked all the time. I mean, friggin' Doomsday plot is out there already. So I don't believe that this movie was tested. To be honest, that's where I go. Sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
Okay.
No. That would absolutely make sense. So, sure. But I do think that they are making, because as Pastor Carlos pointed out, Gail even says, "I wasn't fired. My contract expired." That's exactly what happened to Marissa, to Melissa. So
that is kind of that. I didn't catch that one. That's funny. I didn't catch that until you mentioned it right now, John. That's
it's just I think that they're playing two sides of the same coin, failing on some things and succeeding in other things.
Yeah. So I do feel like more now that they're just because I loved the dialogue at the exposition at the end when she's telling Sydney, like, you like basically I loved you, and then you betrayed me by not being there, and so I'm pissed off at you. You've ruined my life because I idolize you. It's almost like the Eminem song Stan, where the guy is such a big fan of Eminem, and Eminem never responds, so he goes and kills his girlfriend and kills himself, and then the letter comes. So I do feel like after talking about it, thinking about it more, that it wasn't really, it's not like shitting on it, but it was, just kind of having fun with it.
Well,
but
it's meta.
You're right. The entire
they're
film
all meta
is
movies.
Really, the entire film really is just, it's the follow up to 6,
but,
and now with,
because you have to answer some stuff. Why wasn't Sydney there? It has to be brought up.
So should they have answered where whatever Jenna Ortega and Melissa Barrera's character, should they have mentioned where they went? Because like with Sydney, with part 6, they did say, well, she's not coming. She's hiding. She's with her family. She got to protect her family, whatever that was. But they acknowledge why Sydney wasn't coming. Should they have done that with this one? Even mention
I don't
them?
care. I don't care.
It doesn't matter, but I guess
Yeah.
it's yeah.
Well, I
What do you
mean,
think, John?
they mention in parts, part 4, Sydney is pushing the stroller, so she has at least
In
one
5,
kid,
yeah.
or 5. But in part 4, she never mentions that she has a kid, because if you do 4 to now, and if that's her 17-year-old daughter,
Yeah.
and they mention something about kids, plural, so I guess we have to show the 2 kids with the grandmother.
Yeah.
Which I guess you don't have to, but they did. So they definitely went out of their way to fix some stuff. But it's kind of weird that in part 4, there's no mention of a kid. But if you kind of do the math on it, she would have had Tatum. So it doesn't. So yeah, I think maybe, I don't know. No, because if she did get fired and Jenna Ortega just didn't want to come back because she sided with her friend, then maybe don't mention them until the next movie. So it's better just to kind of.
I guess to me it was just out of curiosity, should they have or not? There's no right or wrong to it, but so Gail, let's talk about Gail, because we are getting long in the tooth here for the evening, and I don't want to keep MC all night. But so after the interview, Gail disappears for a while. And then we don't see her until the end. Do you have thoughts as to, did they fuck up, or was it intentional, or was it budget issues? Why was Gail missing?
My theory, and I think this is what makes the most sense. Again, with a movie like this, they can't explain everything. You kind of have to, see behind, between the cracks on things. Here's all that Gail knew. Sydney had taken off. My reasoning as to why she didn't go with Gail, she didn't want to get her friend hurt. She already saw, the last thing she saw of Gail, she was shaking, taking her heart medication or her nerve pills or whatever it was. She didn't want to put Gail through that again. She didn't want to drag her back into another fight with Ghostface. She's safer here. So she ran off. She didn't have the car keys because it was Gail's car. So she ran off. She wanted to leave Gail safe. Yeah. Gail, the last thing she heard was, "I'm at Parker's Tavern. Call the police, tell them to go to Parker's Tavern." Gail went to Parker's Tavern. That's where she was at the end of the movie. She didn't know where Sydney went. Sydney knew to go back to her house because Ghostface said, home is where the heart is. So only Sydney knew where the final battle was taking place. Gail was at the tavern where she thought Stu was going to be. And there you go. Yeah, she was at the bar. And then at the end, when she comes back, she's got Mindy and Chad, who were at the bar.
So that makes sense. But I just felt like we didn't see her for so long. Maybe I wonder did we just not care to shoot a scene of her showing up to the bar and seeing them? Or did
they
we
probably
forget?
did it. They probably did it, and it was just timing wise. I mean, there's so much great footage in 4 that was cut out. That would have made the movie longer and just richer. I mean, as it is, it's a masterpiece. But I'm sure there was stuff that was cut out of this that would have patched holes like that.
Yeah.
I think that she had 4 days on set and that was it. And they just said, you know what, we're going to leave you here. They missed out an opportunity to have a great kill. If there's 2 Ghostface and one is here and one is there, you have one at the TV station, kills off that reporter. He's in the sound studio. Gail looks, the guy falls down. There's Ghostface. They have a big fight in the TV station, cameras whirling and all that type of stuff. They missed a great opportunity because instead of her going to the bar to get the twins could have come to the TV station because they saw that they were at the TV station. So it could work either way. I think she had 4 days on set. They're like,
$45 million only goes so far. Yeah.
She's going to stay here. They shot the ending of the movie, where she shows up. And they're like, bye, Courtney Cox. Thank you for being here. We appreciate your time.
OGP, you know very well. You were on set. I had speaking of Scream 4, I had Eric Roberts for 6 hours, and I had to find a way to put him throughout the movie. So John, you're probably right. That's probably what happened. She goes, "I'll come back," but I can do 6 days because I have to go, and she runs like 6 other companies, so I'm sure she's busy.
Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, no, that was what a crazy night. And it's like, was that the first night of shooting with Eric?
No, God. Well,
Okay.
maybe the second
first night was crazy, waiting to get authorization to start. Yeah, like it was like, man, are those cameras ever gonna roll? What's going on?
Good times.
Yeah, funny stuff. And I've been looking in Walmart over and over and over and over again, and everywhere else, and I've not seen it. And I remember you posted. Did the physical copy you got come from Australia?
Oh yes, yeah. Of Heretics, yeah.
Heretics, yeah. Man, getting stuff international right now with all the tariffs and everything, I bet is expensive and probably takes forever.
I can't do it anymore. Like the company also released my Killer Doll movie, and they had to cancel my order because they can't ship to the U.S. anymore or something.
Wow.
So yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, we need to open a foreign printing press here where we print movies from foreign companies, because can they tariff digital transactions?
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. But anyways, one day, hopefully, when the world has settled down and when Donnie makes friends with Australia again and we can buy stuff from them, hopefully I can get a copy of that. I saw, I was like, man, I want a copy of that. But anyways, wrapping up Scream. So with Mark early on in the film, I had one problem with him. And that was when we first see Tatum, Ghostface has the knife to Tatum, and Ghostface is kind of standing off to the side. And he's supposed to be the sheriff. I'm sorry, I know that's your kid, but you're standing like 4 or 5 feet away from this killer who's got a knife. Your gun is pointed at him. All it takes is one click of the finger, and you've put a bullet in their head. They're not going to be able to cut her before they're dead. Am I wrong for feeling like he shouldn't have just shot Ghostface right there? Some movies they would have.
Yeah, I would have been scared, either to miss or that the guy flinches and does it, as he's. I don't know.
I guess, yeah, and that's probably why. I was like, man, we are quick to lay that gun down. But I get it. I mean, your kid with a knife to their throat.
He's a bad sheriff. Their police department sucks. Yeah. It's horrible. That's on him that he didn't check the attic. So, I mean, come on, dude. She even mentioned, the daughter even mentions earlier, I was up in the attic and I found this jacket that you wore in Scream 2. So it's like, come on. We even said the attic exists. So, and that's, which is good because we're supposed to tell the audience there is an attic. So then that way somebody can pop through it later on. So but yeah, I don't know. Maybe firing that close might damage her or something, but it's, I don't know. I will say with Gail though, because I just thought of this. So Sydney says, I trust 2 people now, Tatum and you. And I'm thinking, why? Why would you trust Gail? All she's done is written books about this. Like her entire life has been telling your story and making a profit off of it. They even made movies based off of her book, which, as I'm sure Sydney hasn't made any money off of. And then she disappears for 15 minutes at the end of the movie, not to help her friend. So,
Was that maybe a way of telling the audience this is the last you're going to see of Gail?
No, she'll be back. She'll be back.
As long as the money is there, she's back.
She's not doing anything else. I mean, she's not like, cast in a ton of movies. So she'll be back.
Yeah. So with this, like many Scream movies, we can get stabbed 52 times and not die. I could not believe, I was almost offended that Mark wasn't dead. But I was, I mean, with Mindy, how is, Mindy and how are Mindy and Chad both alive? Like literally after 5 and 6.
They're Dewey. They're the new Deweys.
But are we okay with that everybody gets stabbed over and over and over and doesn't die? I mean, because they weren't shot in the head. So I don't know. It kind of bugged me. I was like, do you want Mark dead? I had nothing against Mark. So I didn't want him dead, but come on, he got stabbed the shit out of.
Well, he's not really important to anything in the movie, so he could have died.
Yeah.
He does nothing. He's not unconscious. He should have bled out from when he was stabbed.
Right, that's what I thought.
He should have died, but I'm glad he didn't, because Sydney has always lost her love interest. So I'm glad that her husband and her family is still intact at the end of this movie, because I'm looking forward to seeing where they go. So no, actually, I was relieved when he was alive. I'm like, oh, good, awesome. I'm glad that he's there. It didn't bother me, especially after Chad. I don't want to hear shit about oh well, he should have died. I'm like, guys, if you like Chad is apparently a Highlander because he can't die. Exactly.
Oh man. Yeah.
Well, they could have gone many different ways with the ending. So instead of the people that they did end with, it could have been the twins. So you get the reveal, Chad, and then you get Mindy. Or it could have been you take the daughter out and the husband out and their ghost face. And Sydney's in the chair. And then they reveal and it's the husband and the daughter.
Or what a crazy twist this would have been. And they buried this. The killers are Melissa and Jenna. They blame Sydney. They blame her. She's the reason the ghost faces exist in the first place. They're coming after her.
If they didn't want to come back, you just do the AI. You just do that deep fake AI. Because it would all be a black suit, right? It would be the black gown. And they just take the mask off, which they already have a shot of Melissa doing that. And then you just use them as the killers. That's a great idea. That perfect. Yeah.
We would have shit at the movie theater. Everybody would have lost their shit if that was the case.
Oh, for sure.
That would have been great. It would have been great.
That would have been awesome. Yeah.
So in the garage with all the plastic and stuff, when Sydney's walking around? I can't remember if it was Sydney or Mark. But the killer was up up in the rafters and drops down behind.
That's Sydney.
End of the movie.
That's at the end.
Because Sydney goes in, after she was shot, and then gets up and disappears when Sydney and Tatum are having their moment. And so Sydney goes into the garage, and I liked seeing the killer drop down. I thought that was just a cool shot. But Sydney and Tatum having that moment, and you talked about this film kind of being it was maybe the most emotional or emotional draw of all the Scream films because of Sydney and Tatum's relationship. But Sydney and Tatum together shooting her until her face was like gone and blood just going was amazing. And that maybe one day we have to go through all the whole franchise and rank the kills and do like a tier list of the kills or something. But that was up there.
Yeah, that was great. It was really, and honestly, her speech is really, really great. Upon rewatch, it's even richer. Just everything she says. I mean, it feels like something you would read from a toxic fan on Twitter. All these things like you inspire me so much. You let me down, like all this stuff, and you just felt like, I mean, if you bought the motive in 5, it's the exact same motive in 7. It's just toxic fans. The difference is we didn't really know the other two killers. They were strangers, which makes it, in my opinion, scarier. That it's not necessarily people in your life. It's not always someone you know. Now it can be anybody who thinks they have a relationship with you. And that's like putting it in strangers territory. And that opens up the franchise now. It could be anybody, literally.
But I get the neighbor and the book and her being disappointed. This is a whole, Mark David Chapman thing with John Lennon of how disappointed he was in John Lennon. He talks about giving money away. He lives in a mansion. He says we're bigger than Jesus Christ. This guy took all of that and ended up shooting him 5 times in the back. So I get that. I like the idea of using just a crazy guy to go do it, because that's the book for Psycho 2. Everybody thinks Norman Bates is killing people. It isn't. Norman dies halfway through the book and we don't even know it. It's a guy who's doing it. It's like a drifter. And then I just don't like the AI guy, because we're supposed to think, oh, well, I worked for Google and I know AI. So does most of the world. How do you think we get all these deep fakes now? Anybody could do deep fakes. It's not that difficult to do. So I don't know really his point in this. I don't really get his motive.
He was she was in the asylum, right? And he was like a guard there or something.
Yeah.
But the question is, did he bone her? Do you think?
Oh, honestly, she's the mastermind. I'm sure she seduced both of these guys into working for her. The Ethan Embry, the Google guy, even references the book. He says, "Oh, it's such a great book." So obviously he's a Sydney fan too, and she just kind of created her own little cult of Sydney worshippers, and that's just that's just kind of where it lands. There, it's Sydney worshippers who were let down by their idol. Yeah, I mean the Chapman comparison is exactly it. Chapman never hung out with John Lennon. So that's kind of where we're at with the reveal, at least for me. And I think that's why at first it lands weird, because you're like, wait, this isn't how Scream is supposed to go. We're supposed to know this person or spend more time. We only saw that guy once. But go to Scream 3, she never spent any time with Roman. She never had any scenes with him. So when he revealed, she was like, who the fuck is that? I don't know this person. The same thing with this movie, except now she knew, at least she had one scene with the guy, and she was, assuming we knew more before the movie, she was good friends with Jessica. So it's very much not as good as, but very much a Scream 4 type of reveal. Not as satisfying, but in that level. Yeah.
It makes me wonder now too. So when Mindy starts talking about the rules and Chad's like, don't talk about the rules, because rules don't apply here.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of even reinforces that. You last week mentioned, and I thought it was a very funny hit when she smacks the boyfriend with the laptop in the car. You didn't care for that, or you had thoughts about that you were saving for this week. What was it that bugged you about that?
Well, similar to sort of John's questions about the script, I think this is a very weak scene because it's clearly designed to make him look like the killer, but it's so over the top that it's stupid. Because, okay, I'm just going to see if this is real. Let's see if I can test deep fakes being real. But why would he be like, I'm going to kill you, Sidney Prescott, and your stupid daughter? There's no way he would do that unless he really was the killer. He would be, hello, yes, I am Stu Macher, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
And then that would be the test. So the fact that it's so much, that to me is the worst part of the movie, honestly, because I feel like that scene is so dumb that he should have been the killer. That would have made me feel good about it.
It's so stupid. Why would the laptop be in his car? Why would it be open and on?
Well, he brings it in on, like he carries it in from the bar.
At least close it. I mean, or show her. And I agree with you. Why is it, fuck you, Sydney, I'm gonna kill. Why isn't he just standing there and he kind of morphs into Stu, and then he could go, oh, look what I found. Look. Instead, it's the exact thing that Stu's doing.
Yeah.
So and her hitting him with it, I did think was funny because she really likes it. That thing hits pretty hard.
It looked like she smacked the shit out of him. So I agree with you. Yeah, it was over the top, but I laughed a little bit out loud when she hit him with it. I thought it was funny, but
it is funny.
But there are it's Scream. There are moments like that, and that's why Scary Movie exists, because we laugh at things in this, and then Scary Movie just takes it to another level.
But with the AI of Stu, here's something. how did the guy know that Stu said from the first film, "I always had a thing for you, Sid"? How would he know that?
I'm gonna guess it's from Sydney's book. She mentions, she talks about her attacks, and that's the only thing I could kind of come up with that she mentioned in the book, and that's how she knew. Unless my secret theory is this is the beginning of a surprise trilogy, and Stu is alive. I don't know. And then part 8 makes part 7 secretly genius, and people are like, "Holy shit, Stu!" Stu burned the house down.
What are they called? Stooters? Stooters? There's
Stoothers. Stu Truthers.
Yeah.
Oh, the Stu Truth.
I would love to see Stu come back. It wouldn't make any sense as he had a 90-pound TV on his head that electrocuted him. But and he should be more messed up than what they showed. But what if that stuff wasn't AI with him? What if that was him outside the school? What if that was him talking? What if he knew that, I always had a thing for you, because that was actually Stu.
Yeah.
It would not bother me in the slightest. We're already in 7. We know we're going to get 8. Go crazy. Scream in space. Then he has to go to a space station now because there's no way Ghostface is going to get me up here. And one of the astronauts ends up being Ghostface, or he hides in the cargo bay or something like that.
Yeah, only if they have like a Dodge Charger in the cargo bay that they drive out of and fall back to Earth in a parachute. We don't need that.
This is what they should do. The beginning of 8, we're in space. It's a space station, and it's exactly what you're saying, John. But then it's revealed that we're watching Stab 8 or something, and then
That's what was missing. They didn't have a
they
Stab
should do
movie
that
in here. That would be hilarious. It begins, we think it's the real movie, and then all of a sudden, they're on the space station being killed by. There's Ghostface down the hallway with the doors that are all.
Yeah, and it's the astronaut thing, but he's got the mask underneath.
And then somebody turns it off and goes, "I knew it. The worst ones always go to space." The series is now dead. Stab is dead, and then that's what
they need to do that. That would be so fun. That would be so fun, man. So I've got to put my kid to bed pretty soon, so I got about maybe 5 minutes.
I was just gonna say, let's talk about the end, the emotional part when they bring it all back together, and Sydney is there having conversation with Tatum at the end. Gail's waiting to take him to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
At first, I was like, "This is kind of cheesy." We just went full circle with it, but by the time that conversation ended and they walked off with Gail, I was like, I dug it. And maybe that's as a parent, I don't know. You had mentioned that this was like an emotional, maybe the most emotional Scream. How did you feel about that scene? And is that part of what made you feel that way?
It's one of my favorite scenes because it's a scene for me that allows Sydney to be human. And, as fans, we're holding her up on this pedestal as the hero. She's the final girl. Final girls never get a chance to just be emotionally open and sort of let us look behind the surface of what their thought process is. And that scene, as simple as it is, it really explains the thesis of the entire movie. This wasn't a typical Scream movie. This was a mother-daughter story. This was a secret passing of the torch movie. Now Tatum is set up to continue if for some reason Nev doesn't want to continue or she ages out or whatever. Now Tatum has officially, where I feel Melissa never really earned it, has taken up the mantle in a satisfying way, in my opinion. So that scene tells us the movie was really all about them. The reason the killer reveal doesn't really land is because it wasn't about the killers. We go back to Randy in part 1. Motives are incidental. They were just crazy fucks who wanted Sydney dead. Her whole thing was protect my family. She did it. She protected her family. The trouble is over. Now the daughter knows why the mom was so secretive, why she didn't want to, talk too much about her past, all this stuff. And at the end, she explained her name, which is so poetic because the daughter thinks she was named after a victim, but Sydney named her after the bravest person she knew. Oh, like it gives me chills just thinking about it. And it's such a beautiful moment because it is, you know, like a mother and daughter connecting. It's a, you know, a parent and a child coming together in a very special way, in a very weird way because of the situation. But it tells us this is what this movie was really about. This movie was really not about the killers or who the killers were, what their motives were. This movie was about Sydney accepting she is the final girl and understanding what her life has to be now that she has a family. Loved it. It was a great way to end the movie. Probably the best finale of the entire franchise. Well, almost as good as 4. But 4 I like it because it's cynical and fun. But yeah, left me with tears in my eyes. I love it.
Nice. John, any quick final thoughts before we lose MC?
I liked it. I didn't find it cheesy or anything. I thought that it was fine. It's of course, without knowing at all what happens afterwards, I would imagine that with Sydney opening up like that, the whole world is now, you know, her whole world that she didn't want to talk about is now going to be open, and it's going to be, you know, pictures, videos, and all that. So, you know, who knows what the daughter will be like if she is in the next film. Maybe she will be at the gun range now. Maybe she will be, you know, because, you know, I'm not a victim. I'm a you know, I'm a winner, you know, so I'm going to go out and learn how to protect myself.
Yeah. Karate class or whatever. Yeah.
So no, I liked it. I thought it was a nice little come together.
Nice. And I did also, I didn't put that much together as far as like a passing of the torch, but I like that because I definitely felt like there was a passing of the torch between Gail and Mindy that I kind of liked, where if we don't get Gail, we could take Mindy being there as some type of reporter or just filling her shoes. And so it wasn't as blatant as part 5, passing of the torch, that just pissed me off. So man, this was a lot of fun. And hey, fingers crossed that 8 does happen. We'll have to do it again.
It will.
Oh, they're already in talks. This made too much money.
Well, MC, send the family my love. Tuesday 6 p.m. you'll be live, right?
Yep, Tuesdays after dark. That's where I'm at every Tuesday night. I'll have you gentlemen on soon. I'll reach out when I do that. I usually don't have, because I'm covering so much shit, I don't really have time for guests, because I'd like to keep the show condensed.
Sure.
But I'm gonna get you guys on, and we'll pick a topic to discuss, and it'll be a hoot.
Oh, cool, thank you.
Whenever, and even if not that, we need to get together at some point and review more stuff and talk. Panels with you are the best. So
yeah, man, and let's catch a movie soon too. Okay.
Definitely. I will hit you up. Send the family my love. Have a good night, man.
Good night, my friends. Take care.
Good night.
Take care, guys.
All right. There you go. Ah, man, we love MC. We love Master Chaos. That was a lot of fun. And man, that was a typical review like John or I would do, like we did with Pirates. And have you released the last Pirates video yet?
It comes out tomorrow morning, 7:00.
Very nice. So everybody be looking for that. John and I have more to talk about as well, as long as John is willing to hang for a little bit longer.
Another half hour. That'd be okay.
Okay. So let's do this then, because I don't want to. John and I were going to do a tier list on jelly beans because it's Easter time. And John was teasing me. He wasn't going to reveal what jelly beans he bought until now. So we have to argue over jelly beans. Okay. Is that exactly the same? Does it say just classic jelly beans?
Yes. And I I also got this one too. Speckled.
Ooh. Oh, okay. So, okay. I don't have those. I love the classics. But I'll tell you what, do you want to hold off on our jelly bean breakdown till next week? And maybe we talk, because John compiled 30 more movies that we need to add to the tier list, or 30 more movie franchises. We were going to do 15 tonight. Do you want to try and maybe go through? You have a pickup or two, don't you?
I mean, they're very fast, but you had Peeps, so I did pick up Peeps, so and we could look at these also. Sour marshmallow.
Oh, I couldn't.
I'm sorry, sour watermelon.
I can't do sour stuff.
So that I thought that was
you'll have to
weird.
Let us know. Okay.
And then I also picked up Pop-Tarts, Peeps.
Oh, those are the good ones. Those are the best right there.
And for Larry, the Batman fan, I did pick up the chocolate Jesus cross, so I can eat that too.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I picked up a few things that I thought would be kind of fun to sample.
Sweet. Well, maybe we do an impromptu video throughout the week, or maybe we hold off on some of this until next week. But let's do this really quickly, and I may not even play the whole daggone intro. Look what we got.
Here we are going into the Blockbuster video. Oh, that's hypnotizing me.
Target. Woo. I have 3 pickups. They're all Funko Pops. What do you have, John?
I have 2 movies, two DVDs. 2 movies.
You first or me first?
I'm more interested in yours. I can quickly do mine in like seconds. So
then.
Okay, so I did pick up this Blu-ray of Captain America Civil War. Jonathan Moody and I are going to be reviewing this in about a week. So I decided to pick up a copy of it on Blu-ray. It's also 3D. And then my other one is, because we're talking Scream, I did pick up Scream the TV series. It's got all 3 seasons plus the special. This is a bootleg because they never officially released it, but it does look pretty good. So there you go. Those are my 2.
Have you started watching any of it yet?
I've already seen them all. I watched them when they originally came out. I liked it. Yeah.
Okay. Very nice.
Yeah.
Well, so last night, while I was with my daughter, after we got out of the hockey game, we walked into Target. My daughter needed to pick up a couple things. Right by the front door, I saw Funko Pops and I lost my shit. They were marked at $15 a piece. And I was like, I'm not going to spend $15 on Funko Pops. Then I saw these 3 Funko Pops and went, I downloaded the Target app to price check these. And they showed up as like $8.39 or something. And I had to purchase all of them. There's 5 in the collection. They had 3 at Target. So I got Frankenstein.
Oh, that is cool.
From the Universal Monsters. And they look glow in the dark. I don't see anywhere that
normally there'd be a sticker that says glows in the dark.
But they're kind of like, that color.
Yeah, it does look like it would. But that is really nice looking. They even got the eyebrow.
Yes. Yeah. Universal Monsters. And so I had Frankenstein there. And they do have a list on the back of the different ones, which I'll show you what I got first. And then they also had Gillman.
Oh, Creature from the Black Lagoon. I love Creature from the Black Lagoon.
So very cool looking Funkos. So
yeah, that is cool looking.
I did like that. I love the green colors.
Yes.
And then last but definitely not least, well, and this one doesn't have the green colors, so maybe it's green because they're green.
Yeah, the Frankenstein monster is green. Yeah.
Dracula.
That's a nice one too.
From the Universal Monsters. Let me try and get the glare off of there. But
that is sweet.
Love how even inside the cape is red and stuff. So Yeah, that is a very cool looking. And they do say in small letters, Universal Monsters. So I love that. And so what I'm missing is a Bride of Frankenstein and Wolfman.
Sweet.
Those are the other two. So I will be keeping an eye out at Target. I got these at Target. They were $8 and change with tax, about $9 a piece. So if you're a fan of the Universal monster movies, and the other thing that made last night so perfect was my daughter that I was with is the one that bought me, and I'm pointing at it. You can't see it, but I do. My Fangoria top 100 horror movies of all time, which all the Universal monster movies are on there. And I just rewatched them and watched for the first time some of them, all of the Universal monster, the originals, maybe not some of like subsequent movies or whatever, but the first one of each, I watched them all. And I did that because my daughter bought me that poster. So that's why I have these. And so it was extra special to me to pick these up, with her. So there they are. So Universal Monster Funkos. And I was telling my daughter, I shouldn't buy any anyways, because I don't have any room for these or for Funkos. And then once I saw these, I was like, I absolutely have to buy these. So I'm very happy with that. So look at Target.
I'm going to go check out Target. Yeah.
But they have Funkos. So that was cool. Sir, would you like to talk about 15 horror franchises we should add to the list?
Sure. I also had Scream up here too, because I wasn't sure if we are going to do that or not. But I have I do have them up here. So if you want to click over, they're actually ready to go.
Okay, you need to share it with me.
Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. I'm still getting used to this stuff. Okay, where am I looking? I'm looking right here. Share screen. There we go.
So are we going to rank them or rate a tier list of them?
For Scream?
Yeah.
I thought, well, it matters how quickly we want to get through it so we could get through the franchises. But I thought, because I thought all three of us were going to do it. So it'd be like, what order you would put them in, what order I would put them in, what order Master Chaos would put them in. And then we could just do like a general, like, oh no, I think this should go here. Then we all kind of like debate where they would go, but we can always do that on a different night.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I knew we had Jose for so long. I knew he was.
Yeah. So let's get rid of this
at some
one
point. Okay.
So that one's gone. So that's just the one.
Because we did kind of we gave our ranking last week, but it would be interesting to put them in tiers to kind of talk about how good they are. But yeah, let's do that another time then, and take a look at these 15 new horror franchises that we're going to add to our list that so offended What Movie One last week.
Oops, it shouldn't be down there. There we go, because I don't want to give them away. Okay.
Nice.
So these are all the original ones. Nothing has changed. So this is what we have done. And then you had mentioned just keep adding to it. So the first one on here, so far no Fs, only 1D, no Fs.
Nice.
Would be the 28 Days Later.
Ooh, man, with the original 2 films, I would have put that up at, man, the first one would be an S. The second one would be maybe a B, which would overall put it at an A.
I would say A, S and A, yeah.
But that third one, man, oh my God. And now have you seen the new one?
No, I heard it was better than the last one, but no, I never saw it.
That's what people are saying. I haven't gone to seen it yet.
I have no desire.
Yeah, me neither. And that should count for something. The fact that we don't care to see it and as bad as the other. So what would you give letter grade for 28 years?
Because of the last one being so bad, it has to go down. So I would actually
say just that one movie, a letter grade for the third one.
Oh, for the third one would be an F.
Yeah. Wow.
I hated it. I really hated it.
So I think this is kind of an inconclusive one, being that we haven't seen, because we've heard that the fourth one is better than the third one, but we just don't care.
So maybe that should be factored in. Yeah.
I think that should be factored. I want to put the franchise at a C because I was so offended, and the fact that I don't care.
Well, yeah, and the filmmakers, Danny Boyle and stuff, all said that the second one sucks. It's not even part of the series now. So F you guys.
Yeah.
So yeah, C.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go with a C on it then.
Yeah, I think, yeah. So it's going to go right there.
Okay.
All right. Next one would be the Rob Zombie trilogy. The
good call. I was thinking about that last week.
Yeah, so that would be, of course, House of 1,000 Corpses. That would be Devil's Rejects, and then was it 3 to Hell?
3 from Hell.
3 from Hell. So the Firefly trilogy, I guess, is what he calls it.
Yes. Yeah. And I know everybody loves Devil's Rejects the most out of those. I like House of 1,000 Corpses the best. House of 1,000 Corpses and Devil's Rejects, I give those both an A. They're not S's, but I give them both an A. 3 from Hell, I give a D. Man, it is so hard to say that franchise is on the same level as some of the other stuff we have in the B's, but it's definitely on the level of Terrifier, at least. Well, maybe not Candyman. But I think all in all, man, if he would not have made that third one, I would say give that fucker an A. But that third movie, man, was terrible. So I feel like it's a B. Do you feel lower than that, or where are you at with it?
I'm not a fan of House of 1,000 Corpses. Maybe the unedited version might be better. I loved Devil's Rejects. I don't think he's going to make anything better than that. And then 3 from Hell, I just thought was horribly written. It was such a cash grab because this stuff was bombing. So I would say, I would say C.
I feel like 3 from Hell he wanted to make it while Sid Haig could still act, and Sid's health went down the hill so fast that he was only able to make a little cameo in it. And if my gut just tells me that Rob Zombie wanted a third film with Sid all the way through it, but Sid's health was failing, and I feel like it made him alter the script.
Oh, sure.
And so that hurt it. But yeah, it's bad. It's just to me, I don't know that I will ever watch that again. Even though the cast, there's a lot of folks in it that I really like, but I just don't think I'll watch it again. But all in all, what would you want to give the franchise?
I would say C, because unfortunately for me, the first one and definitely the third one hurts. The middle one, the third one is such bad writing in it. It's so bad, especially how Baby gets out of like the asylum is so horrible. It's such it's such an easy just cop out of how she gets out. So that to me just ruins the other two, So I would say C.
Okay, so I forgot that we're asking, or we're getting help from the viewers on this. So I see a lot of scores coming in, and I don't know if your scores that I'm looking at now were for 28 years or for Rob Zombies. So will you all give us some thoughts if you're still willing to type in, should this franchise be a B or a C, or what, or you pick if you think it should be different. The Rob Zombie trilogy, what do you all think? So we can judge, because I think Sean is saying C, I think Mario's saying A, and I think Elika is saying S, but those were a couple minutes ago. So Elika says S for Rob Zombie. So I just don't know if I can go S, because 3 from Hell is so bad. Justin says C. But Elika, I do love Rob Zombie, the trilogy. I love the first two movies. Like, and I love House Without Corpses the best. Mario says A. Metal God says B. So we have S, A, B, and C. That don't help us at all. Was Sean saying B? I have a hard time seeing that Rob Zombie trilogy below Terrifier, but go ahead, put it at C for now. Maybe we'll have to argue something later on. Maybe I'll have to bargain with you on something later on. But if you think it's a C, I won't fight you that much on it, even though I do think it should be.
I mean, people seem to like the first one enough, and then the second one, it's the third one. I could go B. I mean, if you're thinking it, I can watch all three. I would just prefer them in, where I would watch, the second one first, and then, that type of thing.
I would go A, like D. So if A's are 5s and D's 1, that's 11 out of a possible 15. I can't do math, but it's a B or a C. We'll put, if you don't, then put it at B, because I really fuck Terrifier. Like it can't be below Terrifier. So put it B, and then maybe we can revisit it later if we need.
Okay.
If we have to argue about something.
Okay. Next one here is The Shining.
Well, so okay, so The Shining, we're talking the movie and the
movie, miniseries, and Dr. Sleep.
Oh, and Dr. Sleep. Oh, fuck. God dang, man. The Shining itself is one of my favorite movies of all time. But I'm going to say this franchise is like a fucking C.
Wow. I was going to go A.
The miniseries is dog shit.
I disagree.
And Stephen King is a fucking moron for Dr. Sleep being the sequel to The Shining.
I disagree.
Elika says C. Antona says A. House of G Fam says 11 out of 15. Sean says C. I love The Shining. It's an S. Dr. Sleep. If Dr. Sleep was not related to The Shining, I would give the movie Dr. Sleep like a B. No, Metal God, you're right. It does tie into Welcome to Derry.
Oh, yeah. We have to, throw that in there.
But Welcome to Derry is part of it. But I mean,
it's more it.
Yeah, we just have Dick Halloran is what we have. The miniseries was fucking awful, man. It was so awful.
I disagree.
That child actor, even Fat Samurai, I was like, worst fucking child acting of all time. So 11 out of 15 is 73%. So Rob Zombie is a C if you go on averages. Yeah. But I can't, but to me, Terrifier, I would rate Terrifier like.
I gave you Terrifier. I think Terrifier. Terrifier is an S? No, it's a B.
No, Terrifier is a B. And that's where I'm like, Terrifier should be like a C.
No. Me, this should be a C. But I'm giving it a B, Rob Zombie.
Yeah. Okay.
So I gave you the B.
So what do you want to do with Shining?
I would put Shining, because I like all of them, I would put them at an A.
It was the dude from Wings, gee whiz. He's a good actor. I did not like him as Jack Torrance. But the major problem with that movie was that kid was fucking terrible. Worst child acting I've ever seen in my life. He was no Danny Torrance, man. I'm telling you.
But the guy from Wings was better than Jack Nicholson, in my opinion, because he matched the book closer.
Fuck the book. Stephen King's
We're not going to fuck the book. Just because you don't read doesn't mean fuck the book. He did the miniseries to make it closer.
I have the book, and I've read the book. I have the book right over here.
Then you should know that he's closer.
Show me your book, sir. Show me your book.
I have it on PDF. I have all his books on PDF.
So does your mom.
What? That was PDF. What?
Your mom is PDF. Pretty damn fine in Jeff's eyes.
Oh, well, she would appreciate that.
Oh, I mean, I admit Dr. Sleep is a pretty good movie. I am biased because I hate the fact it's the supposed, and I do not acknowledge it as a sequel to The Shining. Because it's just too far-fetched. It's too over the top. Yeah, but Stephen King is a clown.
And The Shining isn't over the top. Jack Nicholson's performance is over the top. My God, is that thing over the top?
No. So many people regard that as the greatest.
He was crazy at the beginning. He's crazy in the middle. He's crazy at the end. He doesn't evolve or de-evolve because he's crazy.
I don't know what fucking movie you're watching, but that is wrong.
He's crazy at the beginning. He's crazy in the middle. He's Jack Nicholson. He's crazy. He's One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. He's crazy. You get the guy from Wings because he's the guy from Wings. He's like the guy next door, but he's in reality a lunatic. He's more like, Jeffrey Dahmer type of thing.
His eyes are too close together.
Oh my God.
Okay, so then let's do it like this. I give so The Shining gets an S. That's 6. Dr. Sleep, I'll give it a B. So it gets 4. So that's 10. The miniseries, I give it a D. That's 11. So I mean, then it's 11 points. So then that puts us at a 73. That's a C. But what do you give? What on a just the miniseries alone? What do you give that letter grade?
I would give it a B.
Okay,
it's not perfect. It's made for TV. The CGI is horrible, but I do think the guy from Wings is a better choice. It has a Melvin Van Peebles in it. Rebecca De Moore is much better to look at than Shelley Duvall for 2 hours.
Fake news.
So no, that's not fake news.
Shelley Duvall is cute.
No, God, Jesus.
Fine. You want to give it an A? Give it a fucking A. Even though
I gave you this. I know.
Believe me, it hurts my soul to argue that The Shining isn't an S.
But The Shining is an S by itself. It is an S.
I see. And correct. Light years ahead of the Wings, dude. It's not even worthy of a discussion.
No, it's wrong. It's like saying the girls who have played Carrie are better than what the book is. They don't match the book at all. They're much better looking.
But who gives a fuck about the book? We're talking movies.
Because it's based off of something else.
But I don't want
people.
If I read it and I know that
it's based off the musical.
I want.
So you can't say fuck the musical.
Fuck musicals. I can say fuck musicals. Fuck musicals. I
lack of education.
I won't fight you if you want to give the franchise an A. I will just say, you know what? It should be an S if it was just The Shining, and The Shining is so good that other dog shit that accompanies it drags it down to an A from an S.
You know what? This now goes down here.
Fuck your mother. No, it doesn't.
Okay. Then this will go up.
Give it an A. Just give it. It can't give it an S. Give it an A.
You get the S for Shining, and then I get the A for the other two.
You get the A for asshole.
Oh my God. Such a baby. baby, wah, baby, wah, wah. All right, what's next?
They only made that miniseries because Stephen King was fucking butthurt because Stanley Kubrick made a great movie that Stephen King would have never made, and Stanley Kubrick made that story so much better.
Stanley Kubrick did not understand the meaning of the book.
Stanley Kubrick knew the meaning of the book was shit, and he made it better.
No, the book is great.
Disagreed. Agreed to disagree.
Agree
that you're wrong. Move on.
I bet you have not even read the book.
Screenplays can be adapted from a book, but a book does not translate to a screen very well. I agree.
It depends on what it is. The Mist, except for the ending, is the book. And it's perfect. And they actually improved on the book.
Well, the book didn't have vamp time, so fuck the book.
It's vamp time. It's vamp time.
It did have Thomas Jane. There, I got it out.
Thank you.
Tom Jane. All right, next. We are looking at, you had mentioned this one, Lost Boys. There were 3 Lost Boys movies. 2 of them were shot back to back.
This is another tough one. The Lost Boys, the first one is an S.
I would say it's an
Those
A.
other 2 movies should not exist.
The first sequel is not bad. The third one is not very good. But I like the second one. I like Tribe. So I would say that Lost Boys is an A. The first sequel is probably a B.
Ooh, you are generous.
The third one is a C. Or I could go, the first one is an A, the second one is a C, and the third one is a D. Because the third one really isn't.
I can entertain that. Antona says B. They did 2 endings for the Mist movie.
No,
did they actually shoot? It was just one, but
it's one ending.
But what was the idea? What was the story with the other ending where he doesn't shoot? Where does that come from? The book?
In the book, he has the gun and he counts the bullets, and they just drive off into the mist. And that's it. And then Darabont wrote it to add in him shooting everybody in the truck coming by.
The movie is better than the book.
The movie is better than the book. Yeah.
Thank you. As always.
No.
Elika says the second and third bring it down. Lost Boys alone is an S. I'm with you, Elika.
I mean, pretty much I could agree with that. Yeah.
Sean says fart.
That would be F.
So all in all, if you want to give Lost Boys a B, I will be able to sleep at night with it being a B. But man, those other 2 movies are so fucking bad.
But you saw the other 2 films? You've seen the third one? Not all the people have seen the third one.
I've not seen the third one because I don't fucking need to see the third one.
Well, then you don't know if it sucks. You don't know that because
I've heard enough to know everybody hates it's a pile of shit and shouldn't exist. So I do not want to see it. So therefore, that counts for something. But the second one was trash.
I like the second. I like that Angus Sutherland was in it.
I will quote you on this as long as we do this. You also like Halloween Ends.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And I will defend
it. What do you want to give this franchise, Lost Boys? What do you want to put? Where do you want to put it?
B.
Okay, put it as a B. I will go off my shining theory that the first one was so good it pulls up the rest of the franchise.
Well, yeah, because look at what we already have here. I mean, Poltergeist, we got the Omen movies. We're saying these are all Bs. To me, the only bad one is the fourth one. Well, and the remake.
Well, and that's why we went B. The first Omen is why we went B. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
All right. Oops. Okay. This will be an interesting one. Black Christmas.
Now, This is tough because do you consider it a franchise or is that a standalone film? The others are remakes.
They're still. I would say it's a franchise because there's 3 of them.
The first one is an S.
Yes.
The one with the Party of 5 girl is, I give it, that movie is fucking good. I give it an A.
I would agree. The dialogue between the girls is great. It's like Sorority Row.
But the woke one is like an F minus.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it has to be a B. It has to be a B because that third one, if you're going to count that second one, it has to be a B. See, and that's kind of with Elika on this, where I don't feel like that's a real franchise. A franchise to me has to have sequels, not just remakes, because they're totally different filmmakers, everything. But it deserves our conversation. It deserves our recognition in this. What do you want to score this?
I would say B.
Okay.
And unfortunately that third one does bring it down. So
yeah,
I mean, technically, yeah, I guess maybe it's like a franchise.
The greatest Christmas horror movie.
Bless you.
But
it's the prequel to Halloween. So
yeah, unofficially, but
that's Bob Clark and John Carpenter have said they've talked about it.
I saw an interview where John Carpenter debunks that. The words coming out of his mouth. I saw he was sitting on a panel recently, and John Carpenter's like,
no, Bob Clark would not lie. You're saying a dead man lies.
Saying an alive man told no tales. I don't know. Anyways, okay. Either way, irregardless,
now we have Fright Night. This is an interesting one because we have the original. Then there's Fright Night Part 2, a direct sequel. Then there is the remake of Fright Night. And then there is one called Fright Night Part 2 that has a female vampire that takes place in Romania, but it's just a remake of the remake.
The only one I've seen is the original, and it's pretty damn good. So I'm going to have to defer to you. I will tell you, I think the original Fright Night, I give it like a B plus. I can't give the original Fright Night an A personally for me. But it's good. It's a great movie, but I think it's a B. And I don't know the rest of the franchise. I will. Let's see. Elika says first 2 are good. B overall. Sean says C. Wait, excuse me. How do you guys put Conjuring and Saw over Halloween and Friday the 13th? That's ridiculous. I'm so Slack Wolf. We're talking the entire franchise. It's the entire franchise. For Halloween, you have to count Part 5, which is abysmal. You have to count
Resurrection. You have to count
Halloween Ends and Halloween Kills. Halloween we're talking the entire franchise. Saw, there is no bad movie. Halloween has some terrible movies.
Yes.
Friday the 13th has some terrible movies. So, and The Conjuring is one of my favorite franchises ever. I don't think there's a bad movie there. There are some that are better than others, but 4, 5, and 6 are amazing. Oh no. 4 was good. 4 was good, but 5, no.
Yeah, no, not 5. Nope. Even though it has Don Shanks in it, who I'm a fan of. No, I can't. I can't do that. But I would say I've seen them all. Okay. I would have to say the first one is definitely great. The second one it's Tommy Lee Jones who directed it, or Tommy Lee Wallace. I'm sorry. 2 is it's the sister, not great. The remake is not very good either. It takes place out in Las Vegas, and then they just remade it with a chick vampire in it, like in Romania or something. So I would have to give it a C.
Oh, okay. I can't argue with that. Like I said, I felt like the first one was a B. I enjoyed the movie, but it doesn't blow my socks off. Like I maybe watch it once every decade or something. It's not nothing I need to see every year or anything like that. But Lee Phillips says Fright Night A+. But again, we're talking the entire franchise.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So now we are coming up on Ghoulies. There are 4 Ghoulies movies.
I think if you ask Tom Devlin, he would say that franchise should be an S. I'm going to be completely honest, and I think this should count for something. I have never seen one Ghoulies movie because I just don't give a fuck. I don't like puppet movies. I think it should stay right there next to D, right next to Puppet Master.
Well, the first one is fun. The first one is good. The second, the 1, 2, and 3 are not bad. Number 4 is Jim Wynorski, and it really has nothing to do. They're not even ghoulies. They look more like little trolls type of things. So I don't really even count that one.
I think Tom's favorite is part 2, right? I think he says he loves 2.
Oh, that I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But these aren't for everybody. So C is where I would put it, is C, because I think the first 3 are worth it, but not the fourth one.
That's fine. I'm okay with the C because I've never seen it, and I just think that should count for something that I just don't care to fucking see it. But it doesn't count for much, but I'm content with a C.
Okay. All right. Moving on. We have the Hatchet series. 4 movies. Hatchet 1, 2, 3, and then the
it's so fucking bad.
Crawley. Victor Crawley.
Victor Crawley, yeah. Victor Crawley is so fucking terrible. That is a fucking terrible movie. The first Hatchet is fun, but it's still like, at best, with a few beers, it's a B. But completely sober, the first Hatchet's probably still a C. So, I mean, yeah, I'm kind of with Justin and Elika. It's a D. And even Sean, were you talking about Hatchet? I'm okay. If you're telling me Return of Michael Myers with Daniel Harris sucks, okay, listen, I'm sorry, everyone has their opinion, but come on, guys.
Well, no, we like Halloween 4.
We like 4 and
which
6.
Would be Returns.
We do not like 5.
I like
4
both
and 6.
versions of 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, and 6 are good. H2O is good. 5 and Resurrection, and then what's after Resurrection?
Oh, it stopped, and then we got the Rob Zombie.
Okay. Yeah, no, brother. So yeah.
I enjoyed the first Hatchet. I like the second one because of Daniel Harris being in it, and she's naked in a shower, so I think that adds to it. And I thought 3 was okay. And Victor Crowley, I thought, was all right. It's kind of a one location thing with a plane that crashes in the swamp.
So bad.
So bad.
So bad.
C?
I'll be fine with the C. You can give it a C.
Okay. Because I don't think it's a D. I definitely don't think it's a D.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, people like it enough that they made 4 movies. And with the way Eli Roth is going, he might be making another one. Who knows with his movies?
I got that guy's autograph somewhere over there. Kane
So-
Otter.
Okay.
House of GFam says Critters is an S. The Shining sucks, at my opinion. Jack is overrated. Slack Wolf.
Thank you, Slack Wolf. Thank you.
No.
Thank you. It's like
Jack
a dagger
Torrance.
to his
He's
heart.
talking about the mini series. I'm sure.
No.
Mini series is doggy.
No, it just says The Shining sucks. So it's either including both or the Stanley Kubrick one.
Well, it would say Stanley Kubrick's The Shining.
Well, then this would say Stephen King's The Shining.
No, because Stephen King wrote the book, and so you don't need to say his name.
No, then it should be
He's the creator.
The
Stanley
Shining.
Kubrick was
It
the one
should say
that got
the
it right.
book of The Shining sucks.
Yeah. No, Slack Wolf, don't make me put you in timeout. You're not allowed to.
Thank you. I'm so glad that somebody finally agreed.
He's just mad and he's kidding. He's kidding. He's got to be kidding.
Nope.
No sane, rational person would say The Shining is not one of the greatest movies of all time.
Nope. Okay, what do we got next? Okay, the Hammer films. So we did Universal, Frankenstein, Dracula, Wolfman, Creature from the Black Lagoon, The Mummy, Invisible Man. We did all of those for Universal. Then Hammer came and took over in the 50s. Universal ended in the 40s. Then they did their Dracula. They did their Frankenstein. They did their Mummy. They did their, endless amount of movies. Phantom of the Opera, everything. So
Hammer isn't Cobra a Hammer movie?
Cobra? The Stallone movie?
Stallone.
No, that's canon.
Oh, that's canon. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't have a fucking clue. I haven't seen enough of those.
I'm saying S. These are some of the greatest horror movies ever made with some great directors and writers.
The entire franchise is that good?
There's hits and misses, just like Universal. But yeah, my favorite ones of the Hammer stuff are the ones that a lot of people don't like. I mean, Dracula AD 1972, The Satanic Rites of Dracula. I love those. Taste of Blood of Dracula is great. Frankenstein and the Monster from Hell is great. That's the last one. Yeah, I love Hammer. I think Hammer is great.
Yeah, and House of GFam, I like says Hammer films replace my sleep machine, a great night's sleep. No, and Hammer films are good. Like for me, if I'm working on something, it's a good movie to have on in the background or something like that. Because they're kind of slow burns. And I would fall asleep sitting there through them. But I know that there are a lot of great Hammer films. So I couldn't tell you. So if you're insistent upon an S, okay. But
I think
I'd have to go back and
if Universal is an S, Hammer is an S.
Okay.
It's that simple.
But Universal is the OG, the original, the GOAT, the one that started it all.
But even theirs weren't that great near the end. So, they start off high and then they just kind of dwindle down because, All right. Next one. House. The House movies. There are 4 of these. So House 2, The Second Story. And then you have
any sequels.
The Horror Show. And then House 4.
Maybe I have seen The Horror Show because I remember that. I think I watched that and didn't realize it was connected to the House franchise. And that was a good movie.
That's it was when they were doing all of the electric chair killer movies like Shocker and some of the other ones.
So I've seen, I don't know that I've ever seen the second or the fourth then, but those 2 are good. Those 2 movies, I would probably go like maybe a B overall, but I don't know about the rest of the franchise. Where are you at with it?
I love the first one. The second one is more of a kiddie movie. It's more like kid horror. And then the third one goes back to being like, kind of mean. And then the fourth one it's okay. It has William Catt is back in it. He was in the first. I would say C.
Okay. I'm good with that.
Okay. Then Basket Case. There's 3 of them.
I love the first one. I own the second one, but haven't seen it, and I know nothing of the third. But I've heard people like the Basket Case 2, at least.
Oh, Basket Case 2 is the best one.
Okay. Wow. Well, if that's the case, so then maybe Basket Case 2 would be an A, then 1 would be a B. Would you say that's fair?
Yeah.
And
I
then
would
what
say
would you give 3.
3, probably a B. It's not as good as the second one, but I would put it up there with the first one. I could watch.
Are we gonna give Basket Case an A in this fucking list?
I would say B.
Okay, that sits more better well with me. House of GFam says S. Sean says D. Mr. Bone says Caterpillar Puppy. I don't know what that means. Mr.
Oh, Caterpillar Puppy is in that's House 2.
Oh, okay. Metal Greg says, in my opinion, it's an A, but if it's put in B or C, I'm okay with it. Yeah, I gotta go watch the sequels to be fair. And that's where we're talking so many horror franchises that it's yes, I haven't seen all these movies.
Okay. So for good where it's at, then we'll go to the next one, which is so somebody last week, because we did George Romero's Night of the Living Dead, they had mentioned Fulci's zombie series. Yeah. Technically, there are 3, but then it also goes to Zombie 4, Zombie 5. Zombie 4 is After Death. Zombie 5 is Killing Birds. There's many movies that are like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, but technically there are 3.
Let's just talk about the first one for a minute.
But of course, there's also his Gates of Hell trilogy. So you also have like The Beyond, House by the Cemetery, City of the Living Dead. Those are all zombies too.
Yeah, but they're not part of the zombie franchise. They're not part of the same franchise just because the same director.
Yeah. They just have zombies in them too.
Tell me what's your letter grade for the original zombie movie? The first one.
Fucking S.
I fucking hate that movie. It's such shit. I give it an F. The original one is I fucking hate it.
How do you hate the original one?
It's so bad.
How?
I just don't like it. It's dog shit.
Are you serious?
So, and Master Chaos told me, because I bought all these movies, and they were like, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, part 3, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god," and I fucking hated 3 as well.
Well, technically, Dawn of the Dead is part 1. And then Zombie would be part 2. And then you have Zombie part 3, which has the zombie head flying out of the refrigerator. And then there's Zombie 4 After Death. Zombie 5 is Killing Birds. But yeah, the Dario Argento cut of Dawn of the Dead is Zombie Dawn of the Dead. How can you
I'm gonna look at some pictures here real quick to see if I can convince myself to change my mind.
It's got one of the greatest posters ever made.
But that's like saying, oh, you know what? I love Dunkin' Donuts because I like their sign outside.
Well, if it entices you to go in and eat it.
This whole fucking island thing is just
At the end of the movie, we see them walking into New York, which goes into Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah. I know a lot of people like the zombie movies. I think they're my one of my least favorite zombie franchise movies.
You are so
I
crazy.
just don't care for them at all.
Absolutely crazy. But yeah, you like the movie with the dwarf that fucks people. You have a shirt of it.
No. Oh, he's not a dwarf. He's just a small, young-looking dude. You're talking Burial Ground.
Yeah, and that's a
which is better than this dog shit.
Oh my God, you're so wrong on that. That's amazing.
And that's Michael, and he loves your breast, mama. What do you like? All fucking seriously, jokes aside, this zombie. What do you want to give this franchise?
I want to do an A because zombie is an S. I would take B.
You always used to hold me to your breast. I loved your breast so much, Mama. When I was a baby, you always used to.
Only conundrum is I know a lot of people like, and Mr. Bones, at first, that's what I thought he was talking about, Sinful Dwarf, which Sinful Dwarf I do own, but I do not like. That is a fucking horrible movie. It is cringe as fuck. Have you seen Sinful Dwarf, John?
No.
Oh my God. It's basically a dwarf who rapes these broads.
Yeah, no reason to see that.
Thank you, Slack Wolf. Appreciate you. Fulci Zombie is iconic, but the rest I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, we were on like panel show with Master Chaos and them, and they were like, "Oh, fucking 3," and I got it. And I was like, "Yeah, this is fucking terrible." I know other people like it, and I know I'm kind of the outlier. But I mean, this is really, I don't understand why people give two fucks about these movies.
Because they're good.
Get it.
Fulci's the master of this stuff.
We should watch this together, and I will just tear it to shit the entire time. You'll hate my guts.
But you would be wrong. That's the thing. You would be wrong. It's beautifully shot. The effects are awesome. The girl who gets the piece of wood through her eye is amazing.
Yeah, it's so fucking boring.
It's not boring.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Bones. You can't give this a fucking S.
I'm not giving it an S. I'm giving it a B.
Oh, fine. Give it a B. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, Zombie, I would give an S, but the other ones aren't as good as Zombie. So I would go to a B because each one kind of gets worse.
Fulci has some magnificent stuff. Magnificent stuff. But
how many beers have you had?
17 jelly beans, no beers. We talk jelly beans, and I'm a fucking addict. I can't. Let me put them away and try not to. Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Bones even mentions a zombie fights a shark. He does. And it's a real shark.
Can you see me rolling my eyes?
Oh God. Okay, next one. Fuck. Why am I on here? I
don't know. I don't know. You're the one that decided we need to do this together instead of having two separate lists.
All right. Okay, so I started running out of franchises. I was even looking up horror franchises. And we had mentioned this one on the very first video that we did with this. And you said, no, we're not going to do this because it's not Camp Blood. We're doing Camp Blood.
Oh, it's an F. There's our first F.
Camp Blood.
It's not even worth talking about. Just put it in F and move on. I don't know why you even picked that one. They're not real movies. Those are not movies. They're dog shit. They're not real movies. There was no redeeming qualities about those at all. Just because somebody points a camera, records, and puts it together, there's nothing about those that are movies. They're glorified YouTube videos that somebody put on a disc. They're trash. They're fucking nothing. They don't deserve even mentioning. So if you want to put them up there, I will end this conversation now. We will be done unless you score it an F.
Wow. What show me on the doll where Camp Blood touched you. Okay.
Dustin Ferguson is part of that franchise.
Yes, but he's
said.
part of
Enough
the
said.
Axe Grinder franchise, and so am I.
Did we do Axe Grinder yet?
No, but it could be on there.
Yeah, no, and that would be an F as well.
When it would be a D.
I have fucking, unless I threw it away, but I had Axe Grinder here. It was fucking a joke. It was so bad.
All right. You're very
I
passionate.
turned it off. It was fucking
Okay.
ridiculous.
You're very passionate. Okay.
Even David Sterling movies don't fucking count.
Well,
I'm disappointed you even brought that up.
oh, how dare you? It could have been High School Musical.
Are you serious?
Again.
Okay, what if I had no opinion on that? What would you give it? So everybody,
I would probably,
about...
I would give it a D. I like the first one. I like the second one. I like the third one. I like both versions of the third one. I think the fourth one is okay. I'm sorry, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 are bad because that's Ferguson. 6 was okay, and then they just kind of get worse. But I think the first few are not bad.
They're so terrible. So the acting is bad, the writing is bad, the filming is bad, the lighting is bad, everything is the fake blood. It's all bad. There's nothing good. There's nothing good.
I'll give you the F. Okay.
Thank you. There's your F.
Wow.
Okay.
Jeez, rude.
No,
I did not know that you thought, that passionately about the films.
No, they are fucking trash. Any film franchise that said, "Oh, we need Dustin Ferguson involved," is automatically an F.
Oh.
I said that.
You did. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. What do you got next? Let's make me happy. Talk about some happy thoughts of happy franchises.
Okay.
Ooh.
So this is all the remakes. So
okay.
Night of the Living Dead, the Tom Savini one. Then it could be Night of the Living Dead 3D. Anything like that.
I haven't seen it.
I would also say any of the sequels that would follow the original movies. So Children of the Living Dead, anything that they added footage to. So basically anything that's not the original George Romero films, from Night to, I'll say, Survival.
I do like a good zombie movie. But I think Tom Savini's gets an A for me. But is that the best of the bunch? I think it is.
Yes, I would say it is, but there are other good ones. There are other, but they're low budget. I don't know if you would like them, but I like zombie movies, so I like them.
I feel like because of what they are, they get a boost because of the association with just being of the Living Dead.
Yeah, so basically when they didn't put the copyright on, all of them lost money. So that's why Romero went and did this movie. That's so that means John Russo, Russ Steiner, all of them never made money. So they went out and made their own zombie movies that were sequels to Night. So you have like Flesh Eater or Revenge of the Living Dead. You got Children of the Living Dead. So they could make some money off of it. Yeah. Good or bad, there's two. There's the Night of the Living Dead 3D that has
Sid Haig, right?
Sid Haig is in it. Then there's the prequel to that, Reanimation, which has Jeffrey Combs. So I'm counting all of those too. Just this whole thing, kind of like Return of the Living Dead has like the 5 movies to it. This could even include Dawn of the Dead remake, Day of the Dead remake, because there's like 3 of those,
which are okay. It's I'm going back and forth between. My gut says this is a C, but the affiliation, like, do we go B? But if you're good with C, I'm thinking C.
Okay. Because they are hit and miss, but some of them are really good.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah,
the ones that are bad, unfortunately, bring down the
Yeah.
good ones. So
Yeah.
okay, so I'm not sure. I mean, fuck, one,
Oh.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Man, we may be able to finish this then. Okay, who knows? Somebody mentioned last time Leprechaun.
I've there's what, 8 of them?
Sounds right.
That's funny because so I have a stack of movies over here that I've been watching, stuff I wanted to mention. I did rewatch the original Leprechaun again, and this is a fun movie. I wish it was shot better and more like well produced. It's kind of rough feeling. It looks low budgety, but it's still a very fun movie. But that kid annoys the fuck out of me. But I don't know the whole franchise because that says all 7, but there's one more, so there's 8, right?
There's a horrible one called Origins, which has some wrestler in it, some like little midget wrestler, and then there's Returns, but that's not Warwick Davis. He stopped, I think, In Space was 4, and then he did the Hood ones, 4, 5, 6.
They're pretty fucking bad, man. I mean,
I would say C.
It could go okay. I was gonna say at best a C, but I don't. I'm okay with Leprechaun being as good as like Hatchet and stuff. So okay, although it hurts my soul that Leprechaun is now on the same level as Pumpkinhead.
Okay.
But, okay.
So that is 15.
Well, let's save the rest for next week. I would like to talk about really quickly a couple movies I watched before we move on or before we call it a night. And this is not going to take long. I just want to talk about this unless you are dead set on getting through these.
No, that was
not.
the idea. 15,
okay.
Then 15 next week.
So another new segment in addition to Retard Tomatoes, something that I want to kind of talk about and stuff each week is why we're here. We're talking horror movies. So I want to do looking at Letterboxd. What have we watched this week? And so I don't know how well John has been keeping up with his Letterboxd lately, but I have been. And so here is where let's see if I can try to make it a little bit bigger. So recently I watched The Toolbox Murders and then Toolbox Murders. And make that go away. I just decided, since we were talking franchises, that I wanted to get through a franchise. Now, what's that?
It didn't save them.
Oh. Well, we can go back and look at the video where we put everything too. So there's that.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll do that and get in there. I thought I saved it and it didn't save. Shit.
The original Toolbox Murders from 79, I think. 77. This is one of the greatest horror movies from the 70s. This has everything you want, and it deserves the title Toolbox Murders because it's a guy with a toolbox doing murders. John, have you gotten around to watching any of these yet?
I've seen the Toolbox Murders of the original a very long time ago. I own it, okay. But I've not seen it lately, and I don't think I've seen the other two, the remake and stuff. Okay.
This is a phenomenal movie. This movie it's an A. It's an amazing movie. This is what is so hard for me to accept. So, and I gave the original Toolbox Murders a 3.5 there because it has issues. But it's so good. I also gave it a heart. Then the sequel, or not the sequel, but the remake. And this says, get this, a Tobe Hooper film. This directed by Tobe Hooper. I think Tobe Hooper was fucking drunk because this as a remake really should not even be fucking called a Toolbox Murder. The Toolbox are kind of like a side note. It's so fucking bad. I was offended, and I just got like, what happened to you, Toby Hooper? Why? Fucking why? In this, you get so much tits, ass, bush, everything. Naked girls being chased by guys with tools. Not one single boob in this. Not none. No nudity at all. And it's a different type of killer. I don't want to spoil everything in case anybody wants to go watch these. But this killer is not this killer. And this is the remake. There are some aspects of this that I'm like, Toby Cooper, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Like, I could tell the guy who did Texas Chainsaw Massacre did some cool shit with this. But the movie fucking sucks. I was so like in disbelief of how much I hated that movie. I gave it a 2. Could have gone lower, but it did have some cool Toby Hooper-ish things. The funny thing is I watched part 2, which this is Toolbox Murders 2, not affiliated with Toby Hooper, but it got a Scream factory release. So now I'm questioning John Ward's friend with putting out some dog shit.
Oh,
because you know what? I searched on Letterboxd, and Letterboxd doesn't even acknowledge that this movie exists. You search for it, it's not there.
Because the sequel has a different name.
Well, this is part 2. No, there's another movie out there, but this is literally Toolbox Murders 2. It has a 2 on it. There's a third movie that has a different name. I have not seen that yet. I need to see that. I'm not ranking this franchise right now. What I'm doing is telling you guys movies that I watched. I do want to try and see that I third. Yeah, Toolbox Murders 2 is it's a step above David Sterling or Dustin Ferguson. It's almost Dustin Ferguson-esque. It's amazing that you could go from Toby Hooper to that. It's just amazing. So it should have nothing to do with each other. Then I watched The Grudge, and which is funny because one thing I do like about Letterboxd is we can click on it and then we can see other people that have watched it. Master Chaos watched The Grudge. He says, super ridiculous concept that stretches credulity and becomes more laughable than horrifying. It's a shame that Sarah Michelle Gellar's film career never really took off, but then again, she found herself in a whole bunch of duds. This movie, and maybe I saw this 20 years too late, but this is, I thought eBay was going to show us boobs there for a second. We need to get out of this. All you have here is a ghosty thing that crawls on people and goes,
I will disagree with this.
And then nothing happens.
I'll be back in a second. I got to go pee.
Oh, okay, bye.
Right.
You never see kills. They just cut to the next scene. There are no kills in this. It's just like a creepy thing coming up. It's so fucking dumb. And then I watched, because of watching The Grudge, I needed to watch something good. I needed it. So then I watched The Faculty. Just because The Faculty is fucking phenomenal. We all love The Faculty. If you don't, you're crazy. But I love The Faculty, and I knew I was like, I'm gonna see something that I love. I need to do that. But then before that, John and I watched The Pirates of the Caribbean, and then there's Scream 7, and I had rewatched Scream 5 and 6. Apparently, maybe I just didn't rescore 6. But and then also recently The Brave one. That's where son of a bitch, it's Clarice Starling. Why am I forgetting her fucking name? But anyways, I'm on the fence. I want to give this a 4, but I'm not sure of it's because of my Clarice bias. I felt this was like Clarice becoming John Wick, and it's very good. I've owned it. I never got around to watching it until recently, but I definitely think the Brave one is worth a watch if anybody is interested there. So, man, I'm like talking too much and I'm getting a dry throat. I'm like choking. Gee Whiz the Carpenter is good, and it's on my list of movies I want to buy. I just haven't found a good copy of it. That's porn stars Kelly Nichols that gets killed in the tub. Yeah, no, there's some great kills in there, and I knew one of them was a porn star. I just didn't know which one. But The Grudge was always boring to me. Yeah, man. I wanted, like, I have all 3 Grudge movies. I bought all 3 of them. And now I'm like, I don't know if I can watch the other 2. So I wanted to watch the entire franchise, but I just don't know. I don't have it in me to put Grudge 2 in yet, because if it's more of the same, I'm going to hate it, because it was so fucking boring. So that was that for my list of movies I've been watching. John, have you seen anything else this week?
No, not really.
Have you been filling out your Letterboxd account?
I keep forgetting.
I do it right when the movie's over. Bloop, pick up my phone and score that bitch. I try to. Sometimes I forget.
I always forget.
John, have you guys seen Memories of a Murder yet? And John, where did you get the Scream MTV DVD set?
30. Okay, this is here. I've not seen that series, and the Scream TV series I got from eBay. I think it was like $30.
Okay. Yeah. Memories of a Murder. I've gone twice to put it on, and then I looked at the time and I was like, ooh, it's too late, because Memories of a Murder is like over 2 hours. So it is something I need to watch like earlier in the evening. It's like on Tubi or something like that, because even if it's 2 hours on Tubi, it's really like 3 hours, because those fucking commercials now are unbearable. I'm almost ready to just uninstall Tubi because all the commercials. So aside from Pirates, what else have you seen lately?
I don't know. I mean, I've watched some Marvel stuff because Jonathan and I are doing that Civil War. I watched the Forever Purge because Jonathan and I are reviewing that tomorrow night. So it's mostly just stuff we're reviewing. It's not just like
nothing
kind of
new
random
or
stuff.
Interesting worth mentioning.
No, not really. No.
Okay, right on. Well, that was that. Yeah, that was it. Those were the movies. Leprechaun, Toolbox Murders, and The Grudge were the ones that I wanted to mention that I'd seen lately. In addition, so anything else you want to chat about while we're still here?
Pirates, our review for Pirates will be up tomorrow morning. And then I finally got all my Michael Bay stuff in, so I will be doing a big ass video on Michael Bay. There might be 2 videos out of that one because I have so much stuff.
So, nice.
Yeah.
Very cool. So look out for that stuff. Did I mention I got Roger Jackson's autograph on Ghostface?
Yes. Wait, let me see. Where is it? Show it again. I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out the tier list thing. Very nice.
Yeah. Days of the Dead. Very cool stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that was probably about it then for the evening. We have been going for 3 hours and 38 minutes, so probably a good time to call it a night. A great conversation with Master Chaos tonight about Ghost. I was going to say Ghostface, about Scream 7. I can't believe he's seen it 5 times already. That's crazy. I I do enjoy it, and I can't wait for it to come out. I will be buying it on 4K when it comes out, assuming they release it in 4K, but I'm guessing they will. So, should we pick it? What are we going to watch for next week? Are we going to talk about anything next week? We got more franchises.
Yeah.
To talk about, that's for sure. Oh, and I mean, I'm probably going to go see The Bride, and there's something new. Oh, you know what? We didn't even talk about the news tonight. Wolf Creek Legacy is in production. Highway to Hell, Visual Vengeance, which is crazy because Visual Vengeance is they're a knockoff of what's that one movie company that releases everybody's fucking shitty movies?
Oh, the Wild Eye.
Wild Eye. Visual Vengeance is like a Wild Eye knockoff. And but anyways, Highway to Hell is getting released through Visual Vengeance for $20 on Amazon. And I wanted to mention Creep IE announcements, but it's so late. We'll get into that next week. Creep IECon has been announcing some cool guests coming up. Oh, and rest in peace to The Last Drive-In with Joe Bob Briggs. I was never a fan. I never gave a fuck about that. Did you ever watch that or care about that?
I like Joe Bob Briggs, but I don't really watch the show now.
Okay. It is done. It's over. They had the last one a couple days ago.
Oh, okay.
That was probably about it. Who goes to a movie 5 times? Jose. He loves himself some Scream. Yeah. Visual Vengeance, Wild Eyes boutique label. And I, when they first started, I got Visual Vengeance to send me screeners, and I had like the first 6 of them or something like that. I ended up giving a couple away. I think 1 or 2 of them to Jose, but they were so fucking bad. So Highway to Hell is maybe the best movie that they're releasing. Should we go home, John?
Sure. I got the I just have to go back and watch the video, but I got the stuff organized, and then I'll put it back in. And it's it's difficult to save stuff on there.
I don't know shit about fuck.
Apparently either do I, because I keep deleting them.
Yeah. All right. Okay. We'll see you guys next week. Sunday,
all right, guys. Thanks.
7 p.m. And maybe we'll be reviewing Jelly Beans as well, too. We have a Jelly Bean argument to be had here. So sometime soon. See you guys. Have a good night. Love you. Thanks for all the sympathy and condolences for my grandmother. Appreciate that.